For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge. And it's how service should be.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you. Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
Our year-end sales event is going on now at DeArmond Ford Indianola.
Find out why more people are coming to DeArmond Ford Indianola to buy their new Fords and certified pre-owned vehicles.
Come see the newest state-of-the-art dealership in the area. Every new Ford and pre-owned used is clearly tagged with one low price. Experience the DeArmond difference.
DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmondFord.com.
And good evening from Southeast Polk High School in Pleasant Hill. We've got an action-packed doubleheader of hoops action as the Waukee Warriors go head-to-head with the Southeast Polk Rams. And hello, everyone. Delighted to have you with us here on this Friday night from inside Southeast Polk High School alongside Blake Walker. I'm Hunter Phillips. And Blake, it's that time of year again. We're off and running on a new season of prep basketball, and these are two programs, both girls and boys, that are poised to make some noise this season.
Yeah, they are. I mean, Waukee on the men's side, #1 in the state of Iowa. You bring back one of the best players the state of Iowa's ever seen the last couple of years in Omaha Blue. The girls' side, very interesting. Southeast Polk, pretty young last year. They didn't really lose a lot last year. They bring in a very talented senior class led by Brooklyn Daly. She's going off to Drake next year. This is a very talented Southeast Polk team and a Waukee team that was young. First time coming off the split last year with Northwest. Had a pretty decent year behind Coach Franklin. This year looking to elevate it just a little bit more. Big, tough road test here to start.
Well, we begin with the girls, and it will be a battle between two programs ranked in the top 15 in Class 5A. Number 12 Waukee and number 8 Southeast Polk. Blake, Waukee enters its first road game on the young season with an even 1-1 record, winning its opener over Des Moines Lincoln before dropping a hard-fought contest on Tuesday to Ankeny.
Didn't shoot well against Ankeny. That was the big problem. I mean, when you're losing 46-42, granted defensively, yeah, you'll give up 46 points, but only scoring 42. This is a Coach Franklin-led team that likes to shoot the ball, and when you shoot the ball, you live by the three, you die by the three. They just so happen to die by it. Southeast Polk, on the other hand, averaging about 59 points per game, wins over Ames, Iowa City Liberty, and Indianola, who still is pretty good in the Little Hawkeye Conference, despite losing Lauren Blake, their senior from last year. Overall, I think Southeast Polk a little bit better here, but these two teams statistically very even on paper tonight.
Yeah, crazy to think the third game already on the week for Southeast Polk, off to a 3-0 start. And as you mentioned, Blake wins over Ames, Iowa City Liberty here at home, and then earlier in the week winning at Indianola. Always a tough place to play, but tonight, again, it is two top 15 teams in Class 5A that will start our doubleheader here in Pleasant Hill. We'll step aside and take a break. When we come back, we'll continue to get you all set up for this exciting doubleheader of hoops action between Waukee and Southeast Polk on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday,
and we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
for the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Number 12, Waukee. Number 8, Southeast Polk, here on this Friday night from Southeast Polk High School on the outskirts of Pleasant Hill. Hunter Phillips and Blake Walker, delighted to have you with us for what will no doubt be an entertaining doubleheader of hoops here tonight, beginning with the girls and then with the boys. And as we continue to preview our girls matchup here, you know, Blake, last year, both of these teams, whenever they were the home team, they won. They split both meetings last year. Both teams fairly young for the most part, and now there's a little bit more familiarity with both sides, especially for Danny Franklin, now second-year head coach here for Waukee, and especially for Tracy Daly in what is now her 9th season here at Southeast Polk.
Both games were close last year, too. Southeast Polk won 57-49. Waukee hung on by 2 at home, 53-51. So expect that kind of 50-style game. You expect that with the points per game like it is. We're in for a very close match tonight.
Once again, the first road game of the season here early for the Waukee Warriors, coming in with a 1-1 record, while Southeast Polk is 2-0 here at home, 3-0 on the season. Very good crowd here on hand here at Southeast Polk High School. Great to have the band back as well. It feels like prep basketball back in the air, and it's going to be fun to watch these two teams battle here throughout the course of the evening. We'll go ahead and take another break. When we come back, we'll have the first game of the night for you between Southeast Polk and Waukee on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Southeast Polk comes into tonight's game 3-0 on the year. This is their conference opener. And Waukee, after a tough loss to Waukee, 0-1 in the conference, 1-1 overall. Southeast Polk averages 59 points a game, and for Waukee, 56. It should be a barn burner tonight. And now, let's introduce you to our officials this evening. Jason Alons, Michael Waller, and Travis Carroll. Keeping the official scoreboard tonight is Teresa Brandt. On the scoreboard, Lane Sullivan, and manning the shot clock, Kyle Lehman. And now, let's introduce the participants in tonight's opener of this CIML doubleheader. For the Waukee Warriors, a junior, number 2, Kirsten Houck. And for the Warriors, number 44, Marin Salo, freshman. And for your Rams, junior, number 30, Ashland Williams. We now ask you to stand, face the flag, remove your headgear as the Southeast Polk Pep Band leads us in the national anthem.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge. And it's how service should be.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
Almost ready for basketball here at Southeast Polk High School, just outside of Pleasant Hill. It is Waukee and Southeast Polk. Danny Franklin in her second season, breaking out of the huddle for her Warriors with a 1-1 record, sporting their all-gray road uniforms with purple numerals and lettering, white trim, Waukee across the chest. And for Southeast Polk, they're out on the floor in their home white uniforms with navy blue numerals and lettering, gold trim, Rams across the chest. Sophia Hope and Brooklyn Daly at center court to tip this one away. That will be a fun battle to watch among many here tonight. And we are off and running here at Southeast Polk. A top 15 meeting in the CIML clash. J.C. Mitchell, dump it down low to Daly. Between a pair of Warriors, gets it up and in. Great patience and strength by Brooklyn Daly to get the Rams on the board first.
She had two Warriors over top of her. Brooklyn's able to make a big play.
Three, other side, drilled by Marin Salo. Just a freshman for this Waukee team, averaging 9 points per game, had 11 points in the loss to Ankeny earlier in the week. Both teams trading an opening bucket. Posting up is Daly. Nice skip pass. Reverse layup left short by Alyssa Bartlett. And now here come the Warriors. Kirsten Howe controlling the dribble. Up top, it's Sophia Hope. Last year played at West Des Moines Valley High School. Also had 11 points in the meeting with Ankeny earlier in the week. Shot is off by Hope, but gets her own board. And then just loses control of it. Will be Southeast Polk basketball.
Shot did not touch the rim. It's our first game for basketball this year for CISN. Obviously, the shot clock has been implemented here in high school basketball. That did not touch the rim. Shot clock kept moving, didn't matter.
Something to keep an eye out for this season. Daly held onto by a pair of Warriors. And you already see the game plan here early, Blake, for Waukee defensively. When 22 gets the ball in her hands, you got to have multiple players at her.
She's 6 foot. I mean, she's going to be a presence down low, and they almost are double teaming every single time they're down there. Yeah, it's definitely the go-to spot for Southeast Polk tonight.
Top of the key three off the mark from J.C. Mitchell. Rebound by Waukee, looking to push. Fell 46-42 at home to Ankeny earlier in the week. Won their opener against Des Moines Lincoln. Takeaway by the Rams. Here's Mitchell, tough fall there while going for the layup. They will get the foul on Sophia Hope, and that will send one of the 3 seniors on the Southeast Polk team. J.C. Mitchell to the line.
Yeah, Hope took a weird jump angle at that one and just kind of got in the way.
Mitchell splashes down the first. As a team, Southeast Polk a 75% free throw shooting team. Mitchell with 9 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Stuff in the stat sheet at Indianola on Tuesday. Puts the Rams back in front 4-3 as we're just getting underway here at Southeast Polk High School. Salo had the 3 earlier, fadeaway shot left short. One and done possession for the Warriors. Bartlett driving in. Met there by Miranda Peters, but here is Daly's shot off target.
I'll tell you what, I like the freshman Zalo here early for Waukee. They're giving him a ton of chances.
Transition layup in for the Warriors. So that makes it a 5-4 lead, but then working back down to the well with Brooklyn Daly. Daly with an early 4 points. Here for Southeast Polk, back and forth start. Getting tripped up while driving there was Hauk. Well, awkward fall, able to get up rather quickly. Zoe Hinsey checking in for the first time tonight, along with Anna Van Kooten.
Zoe Hinsey's a tough playmaker, just a sophomore, 5'5". She's going to be tough to guard tonight. She's tough on defense, too, for Southeast Polk.
Speaking of tough on defense, Brooklyn Daly guarding the inbounds and forcing a turnover. That is one thing that head coach Tracy Daly noticed, that the team has been playing very well defensively. Hinsey, one of them, a spark plug off the bench, sometimes plays a little too fast. Spin, shot, rims in and out for Daly.
It's a good shot, though. Both teams taking pretty decent shot selections so far.
And that was another key for both of these coaches. Have a good look and let it fly. Nearly getting the friendly roll up top was Hope. Here come the Rams the other direction. Corner 3, Mitchell off the iron. Salo there for the board. She averages just 1.5 rebounds per game, but already with a pair of rebounds in this opening quarter. Fadeaway shot left short by Sophia Hope. It's a 6-5 lead for Southeast Polk. Almost to the halfway point of the opening quarter. Splashing down the 3 is Eva Solsev, 5'10 junior who tore her ACL last year, and Coach Daly loves that number 42 is back in the fold because of her versatility. Again, the rim not playing too kindly to the Warriors here, but Waukee is able to maintain possession.
Well, and that's tough for Waukee. They just struggled to shoot the ball against Ankeny, and you don't want to bring that over in between games, but sometimes they say the best remedy is you just have to keep shooting.
Hannah Toll checking in for the first time tonight for Waukee. Credit to Miranda Peters for keeping that one alive for Waukee. Rams up by 4. Hauk gives it up. There's a 3. That's flown by Smith. They'll go back to the Rams after that foul.
Yeah, that time Miranda Peters jumps over the top, over the back call. Good call by the official.
So bringing the ball up the floor is Alyssa Bartlett. Just a sophomore, but already has offers from the likes of Omaha, Green Bay, St. Thomas, and UNI, known for her defensive prowess. And again, just beginning her career here at Southeast Polk for varsity basketball. Shot off by Hinsey.
It's a good shot, though. I mean, I like that you're not just straight up jacking up threes. You're going to be able to step in, take a shot from within the circle.
3 from up top, too strong. Ball got off of Hinsey's hands, but brings it down, feeds it ahead to Charleston, and she is able to finish.
Well-balanced scoring so far for Southeast Polk Rams in the scoring column already.
Charleston with 15 points in the win earlier this week, but how about Waukee responding in transition with Hauk count the bucket and 1 for the junior guard.
I tell you what, Kristen Hauk, I mean, she is so good. 12 and 19 on the season, 63% field goal percent shooting. Got better as the season went on last year as just a sophomore, and Expect a lot from her this year.
Hauk, an 80% free throw shooter on the season, had 8 points and 2 rebounds, but did foul out in that loss to Ankeny earlier in the week. And she is able to complete the 3-point play. A big bucket there to end that scoreless drought for the Warriors. Rams up by 3 with the ball. 3:15 to play here in our opening quarter. Charleston down low to Daly, but got her pocket picked by Sophia Hope. And now the Warriors will try to cash in on a turnover. Nothing falling there for Hauk.
Couple too many forced shots there. Sorry, Hunter.
No, you're all good. Daly keeps it alive, but then throws it right to Peters. Turnovers were an issue against Indianola on Tuesday, something that Southeast Polk has been looking to clean up. Here's Daly from outside. Off the mark. Foul on the Rams. That will go against Alyssa Bartlett.
It's Bartlett's first foul. Everyone pretty much still just one foul. No people with 2.
Hauk bringing it up the floor for Waukee. 3 points here in the opening quarter. Tied with Salo with a team high here early in that department. Good defense there by Bartlett. Peters feeds it to the low block. Now 8 on the shot clock here for the Warriors. Posting up is Hope. Hook shot. Too short. And they'll get Hope for the foul.
That's all Daly on the defensive side. I mean, she wasn't going to let Sophia go too far. Just a couple too many forced shots here by Waukee, especially down low.
J.C. Mitchell back in for Southeast Polk, and Hope will get a breather. That was her second foul. So something to keep an eye on. Hope, again, transferring in from the Valley Tigers. With a jab step, here's Daly spinning around, offensive foul.
Yeah, it was either going to be a travel or an offensive foul. She kind of shoved that right shoulder as she spun around.
Bianca Fazio, who just checked in with the heads-up defensive play, absorbing the contact. Just under 2 to play in our first quarter. Been a tight one up to this point between the Warriors and the Rams. Peters kicks it out to Fazio. Gives a screen for Toll. Deep in the bench are the Warriors here. Hauk trying to give it up there in the low post, but the Rams take it away. Daly the catch in transition, blocking foul, and that will send Daly to the line.
I mean, she's going to be the workhorse tonight. 4 points already for Southeast Polk with 1:26 to go here in the first. The biggest thing for her is fouling. If you can stay out of foul trouble, especially being the, quote, center on the team, Southeast Polk doesn't have a lot of height. I mean, Daly's the tallest they got at 6 foot. And it's not like Waukee brings any 6-footers to the table at all, so.
Daly averaging just over 15 points per game, had 12 against Indianola on Tuesday. Splits the pair of free throws there, and she will check out. And Morgan Reese, junior, will be in for the first time here tonight. What an elevated role Brooklyn Daly has taken. Sophomore year, got to learn from Grace Larkins, the program's all-time leader in career scoring. Now at South Dakota. Last year really took on the leadership role. After both teams giving it away, Hauk earns another trip to the charity stripe here.
Well, and Hauk this season, before coming into tonight in just 2 games, she'd only been to the line 5 times total, or 5 shots total taken at the free throw line. She's already taken her 3rd right here. Or 2nd, excuse me.
Averaging 16 points per game is Hauk. Tops on the team. Second one doesn't fall, but Peters has done a tremendous job on the glass. Held ball signal, and the possession here, I believe, does stay with Waukee. So that'll allow Dylan Peterson to check in Might have to wait on the next dead ball here.
Miranda Peters currently averaging 8.5 rebounds per game for Waukee. The next closest, you have to go down to Sophia Hope to just 7 rebounds a game. So Miranda can get going on the boards, and she's got a good vertical. That really helps her out.
Boy, just a great all-around floor game against Ankeny. 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. She's kept a couple plays alive. Corner 3, too strong by Toll. There is the aforementioned Peters after an offensive rebound by the Warriors as we have less than a minute to play here in the first. Fun start to this one. 3-point lead for Southeast Polk. Drive it in and drawing the foul are the Warriors there along the right side of the lane. They will whistle that on Solseth. And going in was Dylan Peterson, who just checked in moments ago.
Southeast Polk has a handsy defense. I mean, they're not going to let you go. They're going to steal the ball a lot, and, that's what they like to do. 41 steals on the season already this year in just 3 games, so that tells you all you need to know.
Peterson now 0 for 3 from the free throw line here on the young season, averaging 3.5 points per game. Struggled from the field there against Ankeny, 0 for 4 from the floor. Goes 1 for 2 there. It's a 12-10 lead for Southeast Polk. Off the scoop pass, it's Reese. Mitchell, 3 on the way. In and out. Strong O board by Reese. Another try. 3 off the mark. Player for Waukee taking a spill while battling for the board, and they will get another foul on Southeast Polk.
That's 7 fouls, so already Waukee in the bonus shooting 1-1. No one really in foul trouble yet for Southeast Polk. Everyone's kind of evenly distributed on the fouls, but nonetheless, if you're sending a team to the bonus in the first quarter, not exactly what you want.
Loren Salo at the line. Makes the first of the 1-1.
It's her first free throw on the season.
This is an area that Waukee is really trying to clean up here early. Free throw shooting, just 47% shooting from the line here through their first 2 games. 2 big makes to tie it up. Less than 30 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. It's Mitchell off the corner drive. Got the ball stripped initially, but too much contact. So Mitchell will be back at the line.
These two teams so physical down low. They're not giving each other easy buckets, which you'd love to see from your defense, but it comes at a cost once in a while.
Mitchell leaves the first one short. Just her second miss from the free throw line on the season. Hauk back in for Waukee as they will look to create a very good offensive look here momentarily. Mitchell going 1 for 2. It's been a back and forth start to this one as the Rams reclaim the 1-point lead. Hauk with 4 points here in the first quarter. Waiting to make her move. Receiving a screen. Gives it up to Peters. Peterson now back out. 3 at the buzzer will not fall from Hannah Toll, and that will take us to the end of our opening quarter here at Southeast Polk High School. It's the Rams leading the Warriors 13-12. We'll be back with the second quarter after this on CISN.TV.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
Stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
13-12, Southeast Polk with the lead after 1 quarter of play against Waukee here at Southeast Polk High School. Hunter Phillips, Blake Walker, delighted to have you with us here on this Friday night for this girls and boys basketball doubleheader. And like I'd say, a pretty physical start to this basketball game. Both teams really making it difficult, especially when teams were trying to create something in the paint.
Yeah, one team's already been in the bonus so far.
Splashing it on the outside, Stella Charleston knocking that one down. She's got 5 points now on the night, and that her 7th made 3 on the season. She is a sharp shooter from long range.
A little bit of a 3-2 somewhat look, 1-2-2 back and forth here for Southeast Polk.
Picking up the dribble is Lydia Smith. Pulling up from the elbow. Shot off. Peters looking to get another O board. Bartlett tangling up with Peters. Held ball is signaled. It will stay with Waukee.
It feels like so far, Hunter, Waukee just hasn't been able to take an easy open shot. I mean, just take a look at the replay here for Southeast Polk, but just no shots have come easy. Everything they shoot pretty much covered up. That's a really good play, just simply out of an inbound. Southeast Polk had that drawn up from scrimmage. If you're Coach Daly, you'll be happy about that.
Officials still discussing that last play. Warriors will inbound it here along the baseline with Hauk.
Kept looking at that shot clock. I wonder if they were trying to think if it reset or something.
I believe they did reset it after that discussion. Hauk with the shot fake. Here is Lydia Smith, 5'9" junior. High-low game here for Peterson. Kicks it out to Zalo. Rams not giving an inch here on this possession defensively.
That play had a three-pointer wide open written all over it, and good recovery defense by Southeast Polk so far.
5 on the shot clock for Hauk. Peters has to give one up. Just the defensive start that the Rams wanted here. Up by 4. Bartlett driving in, trying to kiss it off the glass. Rims off.
Nice job kind of using her body as a shield to get up front. It's a good transition layup. Just couldn't quite get it to fall.
Deep 3, high arching 3 attempt. Goes over the backboard, hung around the top of the shot clock.
Yeah, just nothing coming easy for Waukee. A lot of forced shots. And they'll figure that out. I mean, Coach Franklin, very talented head coach, former Valpo star.
And that was how they played at Valparaiso. Southeast Polk initially turning it over, but it gets back to Daly. Gives it up there to the corner. 3 is off by Stella Charleston. And going back to Waukee, as we noted in our pregame segment, struggled shooting the ball against Ankeny in that 46-42 loss. 4 of 24 from beyond the arc. Ankeny themselves did not shoot the ball very well, but rebounding was also a key in that tough one for the Warriors. Were out-rebounded 37-27 in that one.
It's one of those games they'll gladly want to take back. And, you know, I think that's, you talk to Coach Franklin, that's what she'd say. You know, last year a lot of games could have been won, a lot of games could have been lost. It was just kind of deep in the trenches. You had to win it, whether that be less fouls, less not great shot selection, kind of all across the board.
Off the catch there in the paint and laying it up and in is Brooklyn Daly. 7 points for the senior, who will be taking her talents to Drake University, staying close to home.
And boy, she'll fit right in. I mean, she's just so lengthy. And there's that Southeast Polk defense. A lot of people are going to talk about this offense for Southeast Polk, but this defense, these steals that they commit, and just the turnovers they commit, or they're able to force, so talented.
Well, and that's what head coach Tracy Daly, now in her 9th season, that's her part of the game that she loves to coach, is defense. Brooklyn Daly was fouled before attempting the shot.
Got reached in by Lydia Smith.
How many times we've seen when Daly receives the ball, there are defenders hanging on to her, trying to eliminate her making any kind of post move. Daly knocks down the first.
It's a good physical post presence. I mean, we've seen a lot of these colleges start to figure it out. Iowa's obviously pumped out Megan Gustafson and Monica Sonano. Just the post play in women's basketball has just come back significantly in the past couple of years. Get a lane violation.
So that one waved off, and I do believe Waukee is going to take a timeout. And it is a 30-second timeout, so we will go ahead and stay here. 19-12. Southeast Polk leading Waukee, who has yet to score, Blake, here in this second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it's shot selection, being forced to take shots they don't want. For anyone that thought we weren't going to see the shot clock play a factor this year, Southeast Polk has proved everyone wrong because they force you to take it down. Last year, Southeast Polk played great defense. They didn't lose any, really, from last year. And a lot of people thought they were going to be good. This year, they're finally living up to that. But now with the shot clock, now you have something to play for on the defensive end.
Well, as the old adage says, good defense creates good offense. And we've seen Southeast Polk be able to get buckets in transition and just keep Waukee off point. 6-0 run for Waukee to begin the second quarter. Warriors really need to get something on the board here. It's been tough sledding, and they give it up. Another steal for Southeast Polk. Forced 24 Indianola turnovers on Tuesday.
I tell you what, that is an Indianola team that does not turn the ball over a ton. Called a lot of their games against my alumni, Grinnell, in the Little Hawkeye. That is very uncharacteristic.
Waukee takes it away from the Rams. Fazio far corner. Sticks outside with Kirsten Hauk, the junior, directing orders for the Warriors, who have yet to get a bucket here in this second quarter. 3 on the way by Smith, off target. Rebounded by the Rams, and now racing the other way is Bartlett. Hins thought about the 3, instead driving in, floater. A little too off. And a foul committed by Hinsey, and it'll be a 1-and-1 here once more for Waukee.
And we got to keep an eye on these fouls because one away from a double bonus, then you're just giving away free points at that point if you're not fouling or if you are fouling. So just something to keep an eye on here for Southeast Polk.
Hauk had 4 points in the opening quarter. 2 strong on the first of the 1-and-1. And now the Rams bring it into their front court. Hinsey near side. Bartlett lofts it in perfectly for Daly, who got it jarred loose by Hauk.
It's a losing battle down low because Waukee just does not have anyone that can guard Brooklyn Daly so far.
Salwo to Fazio. Met up by a wall there in Eva Solseth. And we'll stay with Waukee.
Really, in the CIML, there really isn't a ton off the top of my head because Jimfy graduated from Johnston, so that's a big loss. I think Elise Yeager from Valley probably could be a good matchup. But it's just a different style of basketball that she plays that really gives Southeast Polk an advantage.
Tough turnaround shot trickles in for Miranda Peters. First bucket here in the second quarter for the Warriors. 3 off by Charleston, but a big old board by Mitchell. Gives the Rams a fresh shot clock here, up by 5. Solseth working her way down low and draws the foul.
Boy, Stella Charleston, I mean, she is just so impressive from beyond the arc. Made one earlier. But she is going to be a shooter this year for Southeast Polk, who has a lot of presence down low. But if you can get that shooter outside, oh my goodness, it's so tough to guard.
Just makes this team so well balanced. Sophia Hope, who had 2 fouls in the opening quarter, had to sit for much of the start of the second quarter in. Solseth going 2 for 2 from the line. It's
good to see her back.
One of the first players that Coach Daly talked about in our pregame conversation was Solseth, and her presence out there just means so much to this Southeast Polk team in terms of providing that balance that we just talked about. 21-14, Rams with the takeaway and the lead. Less than 3 to play here in our first half. Daly driving in. Count the bucket, and one for Brooklyn Daly.
Able to put it on the floor, drive right to the basket. Take a look at the replay here. I mean, she knew. She knew right from the top of the key that's where she's going to go. Not much you can do if you're a defender.
I believe that was the second foul on Peters. Her and Hope each with 2. And Daly completes the three-point play. Now up to 11. She will get a breather. Maddie Maines, 5'10 junior, checking in for Southeast Polk. Nine to 2, they have outscored the Warriors here in this second quarter after it was just a 1-point lead for Southeast Polk after the opening frame. Travel on the Warriors as things are just unraveling a little bit here for the visiting Waukee Warriors, and Danny Franklin noticing that as well and calls a timeout. We will take a timeout with them. 10-point lead for the Rams here in the first half on CISN.TV.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
A big second quarter by 8th-ranked Southeast Polk has them up by 10. They have the ball out of a Waukee timeout. Turnovers mounting for the Warriors. Here in the second, Bartlett 3, knocks it down.
We were wondering when she was going to show up. First points of the night for the sophomore. Leads the team in steals also. 17 steals this year for Alyssa Bartlett. She's big on the defensive side, but she can really make an impact on the offensive side as well.
Second made 3 by Bartlett on the season. Solsa taps out the post entry feed. And as Peters was driving in, a foul on the Rams. And that will put Waukee in the double bonus. And this is really an area that Waukee needs to take advantage of. Down by 13. Peters enter the night 1 for 4 from the line. Off on the first, 7 points. Again, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals against Ankeny earlier in the week. Had her opportunities from the field. She went 3 of 12 from the floor, 0 for 6 from beyond the arc. Makes 1 of 2. Just 3 points scored by Waukee here in the second. It's been a defensive clinic by the Rams.
All by Miranda Peters.
All by Peters. Good point. How about Solseth keeping that one alive there for the Rams? Mitchell. Charleston driving in. 6 on the shot clock here for the Rams. Solseth taking it in, and the left-handed floater swishes home.
Just good motion. I mean, it's poetry. They're able to move the ball, good swinging offensively, getting the Waukee girls to go everywhere, trying to keep up with their man. Just tough to guard here by Southeast Polk.
Eva Solseth with 7 points. Three doesn't fall for Peterson. Rebound, put back left short. Peters with a try. Now Sophia Hope clanks off the iron, and the fifth crack finally gets in for Waukee. A hard-earned bucket, but needed that one. So it's a 12-point lead for Southeast Polk on an 8-second difference between shot and game clock. Mitchell, three, in and out. Trying to track down her own miss. Hauk got tripped up from behind, and they will get that foul on Van Kooten.
That possession there, Waukee just couldn't make a shot. Kind of sums up the night for him. Just no luck down low. Good defense by Southeast Polk.
But you love the fight that Waukee has displayed here early, and here is Hauk trying to trim into the deficit. First free throw rims in for the top scorer for the Warriors. Second free throw takes flight, and that one is good. 10-point lead for Southeast Polk. They can hold on for the final shot if they so choose. Solseth passes it back to Van Kooten. Charleston, Solseth driving from the far side. Great ball movement leads to a good look for Mitchell. Can't drain the triple. And that will end our first half here at Southeast Polk High School. Number 8, Southeast Polk up on number 12, Waukee at the break, 29-19. We'll step aside and take a break. When we come back, we'll recap all of the action from our opening half here in Pleasant Hill on the other side on CISN.TV.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Mornings. They can be hectic.
Let's go!
So can your car, so to get a free pickup, drop-off, or delivery, head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Our year-end sales event is going on now at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville.
With over 60 new vehicles in stock on the ground, you can take delivery now.
Every new Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and all DeArmond certified used vehicles are tagged with one low sale price.
DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
It's a 10-point lead for Southeast Polk at halftime here at Southeast Polk High School just outside of Pleasant Hill. 29-19 our score here at the break. Hunter Phillips and Blake Walker, delighted to have you with us here for this doubleheader of prep hoops. And Blake, it got off to a really physical start, back and forth start to this one. Southeast Polk only led by one there after the opening quarter, but then got off to, I believe, either a 6 or 9-0 run and it was thanks to really good defense that held them to outscore Waukee 17-6 there. Really pulled away.
Yeah, and it's been by their star, Brooklyn Daly. I mean, she has been great on the defensive side of the ball, but on the offensive side of the ball, forcing her way to the basket and getting to the free throw line. 11 points so far. She's made 3 points at the free throw line. Waukee, Kristen Howe doing all she can. Waukee's gotten to the line a lot, but that poor free throw shooting that we've seen in their first two games in their first couple games has carried over here into the third game. So there's a lot that can be fixed. Shot selection for Waukee has to be the biggest thing, because Southeast Polk's getting these girls down to about 5 seconds in the shot clock.
Yeah, had to force up a lot of difficult shots, and giving credit where credit is due with this Southeast Polk defense. And so you mentioned already in double figures for Brooklyn Daly. Eva Solseth also with a very good opening half as well. And so as we start to kind of peek into the second half, what kind of adjustments do you see both of these teams making?
I think for Waukee, I think you just gotta free up some shooters, because right now all you're doing is taking really forced shots that Southeast Polk has you figured out. You can get to the line, and you are doing a good job about it, but you can't just go in the locker room and say, okay, make your free throws. You just can't do that. So I think you got to free up a couple more players up here on offense. And defensively, I think you just got to plant your feet. I mean, I know it's going to be tough with Daly down low, but you got to plant your feet down low. Don't reach whenever you have to, and just don't take unnecessary fouls, because the last thing they need is to get Southeast Polk in the bonus.
29-19, Southeast Polk leads Waukee here at halftime. We'll step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll get you ready for our second half of action next here at Southeast Polk High School here in Pleasant Hill on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of Central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Mornings. They can be hectic.
Let's go!
So can your car, so to get a free pickup, drop-off, or delivery, head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western. More jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Our year-end sales event is going on now at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville.
With over 60 new vehicles in stock on the ground, you can take delivery now.
Every new Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and all DeArmond certified used vehicles are tagged with one low sale price.
DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Welcome back to halftime here at Southeast Polk High School, 29-19. The Rams are leading the Warriors here at the break. Once again, Hunter Phillips and Blake Walker. Glad to have you with us as we begin our prep high school coverage here on CISN.TV. And so, Blake, yesterday they unveiled the latest rankings. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union did their top 15. And really no surprises when you look at it. Waterloo West, a lot of expectations for the Warhawks. 1-0 here on the early season. Johnson looking very, very good. They're at Ankeny, tonight. The Dragons with an early 2-0 record. Then Ankeny Centennial led by Jaden Pratt, very dynamic guard. They're at 4-0. Number 3, Pleasant Valley there with Hallie Weiss, very good forward there for the Spartans. They're at number 4. And then West Des Moines Valley coming in at number 5, and the team that they just defeated, Dowling Catholic, in at number 6. Iowa City West at 7. Southeast Polk here at number 8. Ankeny number 9, and Roosevelt at 10. Top 10 just looking awfully loaded here when you start to look at things around the state in Class 5A.
Yeah, and it's cool to see Waterloo West up top. You know, not all Des Moines schools, Iowa City West in there, and then Pleasant Valley. A couple score updates for you as well. Dowling currently up 38-32 against Centennial at halftime, so that would be a little bit of an upset there. The Maroons off to a not so great start, but starting to figure it out. And then Ankeny on top of Johnston, 30-27 at halftime. And Waukee, they only lost to Ankeny by 4 points. So, it's wild. Another big game that I think a lot of people are missing tonight. Des Moines Roosevelt faces Des Moines North. Anytime the Des Moines schools are good, it's great for the state of the sport in girls basketball. Last year we saw Roosevelt make the state tournament. Des Moines North would like to be at least in the conversation.
Yeah, and there is so much bragging rights, too, among the Metro schools as well. Ariana Jackson, certainly the marquee player to watch in that one, the Iowa State commit playing for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. And you mentioned those scores. There's a lot of parity, even though there are some strong teams up at the top. Again, on any given night, it's anyone's ball game. And so as we're closing in on the final seconds here before we get underway here for this third quarter, just the key things you want to see for both teams here to start off play.
I think Southeast Polk, you just have to keep forcing turnovers. If you force turnovers, you're going to be fine. Get to the line maybe just a little bit more. For Waukee, you just have to start hitting the 3-ball. If the 3-ball starts hitting, maybe that'll start freeing them up. They seem very timid right now. I think just someone has to get going, and eventually I think they'll be okay.
The band in full force here tonight for this doubleheader. Again, the Waukee and Southeast Polk boys will battle. The Waukee boys, number 1 team in the state. Must-see TV whenever you have Omaha Blue in the building. But this has been a fun matchup here, featuring a lot of talent on both sides. Notably with Brooklyn Daly, who will be playing her D1 hoops at nearby Drake University. And it will be Southeast Polk that has the ball to begin play here in our second half. Alyssa Bartlett got things going late in the second quarter. Starts off the third quarter with a nice drive and bucket.
If you could drive with your left, shoot with your right, you're always going to be for a great drive to the basket. Nice job.
5 points for Bartlett, who again did not score in the Rams' win over Indianola earlier in the week. Salvo's first shot off the mark. Hauk open 3, knocks it down.
You got to get her going, and that's the biggest thing that Waukee needs is she's wide open at the top of the key.
Mitchell responds with her own. That has been the story up to this point. Whenever Waukee has gotten anything going, then Southeast Polk has had an answer, and a quick timeout called by Waukee. It will be a 30-second timeout, so 2 possessions here for the Rams, 5 points.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Franklin definitely, she's talking to her team there in the huddle. She sees something that they clearly did not clean up from that first. And sometimes it's hard when you go in the locker room and you're like, all right, let's think back to what they were doing. You can't really draw everything out on the chalkboard, so you got to come back and at least watch. That's just good rebounding. Great rebounding leads to good scoring for Waukee. That might be the case. Both teams so aggressive on the boards with Miranda Peters for Waukee and then Daly for Southeast Polk. Just got to keep doing that.
And there was the latest 3 there by J.C. Mitchell, who is certainly someone when you're looking at the scouting report, if you're Waukee, you cannot leave her open. Mitchell with 6 points here on the night for the Rams, up 34-22. Just getting underway here in the second half. Peters lets it fly. That one's off the mark, too strong. Bartlett pushes in transition for Mitchell. Charleston back to Bartlett, who gets a screen. Just the sophomore here for the Rams. Has been a part of the Southeast Polk program growing up since being in 3rd grade. Draws a foul, so really a very good start here to the second half for the sophomore guard, Alyssa Bartlett.
Tell you one thing you notice with Waukee's defense and Southeast Polk defense. Southeast Polk is right there. They're up on their face guarding pretty much the whole time. Waukee's definitely pulled back, more scared. Hey, if they can take off on me, I need to get back. And that's what Bartlett and them do when they're so quick out of their dribble to get to the basket. Makes it tough for a defense like Waukee.
Bartlett knocks down the opening free throw. Came into the night not having attempted a free throw on the season. She now has 7 points for the Rams.
2 quick 4 points here in the third quarter.
Rams have been awfully efficient here to start the second half. Peters gets it blocked by Daly. It's a 3-on-1. Daly gives it up to Mitchell, off the glass and in.
Great transition offense. Daly, not just a scorer, but a passer as well. Good passing IQ getting down the floor.
Rams pulling away here in this top 15 matchup in Class 5A with their largest lead of 16 points. Peters challenged by Daly, closing out on Zalo, who knocks down her second three of the game. In fact, she had the first bucket on the night for Waukee. They needed that one to trim the deficit. Daly, offensive foul. Peters absorbed the contact. Daly has been trying to work that spin move off the dribble, but too much contact while making it.
It's clean, too. I mean, it's a good spin move. It almost looks perfect. They got lucky there with the call, but take a look at this shot. Blocked the zone, or this was the transition layup, excuse me. Just good passing IQ by Daly.
Fazio, Warriors working around the perimeter. Hauk made a three earlier. Doesn't fall. Rebound and putback. Not there for Sophia Hope. It will remain with the Warriors. And even when they've had those opportunities off of offensive rebounds, those putbacks have been made very difficult by the defense of Southeast Polk. Eva Solseth, along with Zoe Hins, back in the fold for the Rams.
And Hope's been having a hard time down low. I mean, she missed those couple down here on the other side of the court in the first half. She can start connecting those. I mean, she's a good rebounder. Oh, my.
Step back three, the bank shot.
That was really well done to create separation.
Hope now with 5 points. Did deal with foul trouble there in the first quarter, so struggled to really get into a rhythm. 10-point lead for the Rams. Warriors picking up the rebound off the missed triple try by Brooklyn Daly. Hope posting up, backs it out. Three is in for Miranda Peters, her first on the night. And now Southeast Polk will call a timeout as the Warriors are on a run. What was once a 16-point lead for Southeast Polk dropped down to 7 here on CISN.TV.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
The three ball starting to drop in for the Waukee Warriors. All of their points here in the third have come from beyond the arc, and what was once a 16-point lead for the Rams dropped down to 7 in Southeast Polk. Not liking what they've seen on defense, calling a timeout.
Well, and the thing is, the zone that they're playing, it's good. It's a good zone. Waukee's just a little bit quicker now. In the first half, they were so hesitant. Now I think Coach Franklin's gotten across to them, hey, just shoot the ball. Just take it.
And not what the Rams wanted out of their timeout. Brooklyn Daly called for an illegal screen. That is the third foul on Daly.
I got to give credit to Waukee because they've just hung around. They really haven't taken themselves out of the ball game just yet. Good composure here.
Well, in the student section, really starting to build for Waukee. Cheering on their Warriors, but they will give it up with a travel there.
And Waukee always brings one of the biggest, or boasts one of the biggest student sections in the state, whether they go home or away. They might not have enough room for them tonight, honestly.
Rams looking to end this Warrior run. Difficult pass in the lane, knocked loose by Waukee, who has played solid defense when needed. 3 short by Salo. But the Warriors track down the rebound. Hope, good look, made one earlier, doesn't fall. Rams secure the rebound.
Waukee's getting a lot more aggressive on the boards, and that's really helping them out if they can free back up shots to get second chance points.
Solseth off the handoff. Tough drive in. Layup just a little short. Peters, great effort. Snares the loose ball, and now here come the Warriors, who have really responded nicely after giving up an early 5 points. Block 3, but too much hand there by Hins there on defense. And so Peters, who has just been everywhere tonight for Waukee, back at the line to shoot 3.
She does have a free throw to her name tonight. That was put in the basket.
Now has 9 points. Her and Hauk each with 9. Then you throw in Marin Salo, who has 8. Big free throws made here by Peters. Now 2 for 2. We'll have one more. Fresh 4 coming in for Southeast Polk. Southeast Polk hoping this is the combination that can turn things around. They're up by 10 at halftime, and Peters, I believe that's now 6 points here in the third.
That's huge. If you can start making your free throws.
And the Waukee student section making noise here on the road. Daly down low, draws the foul. And she'll be at the line to shoot too. So if it's not broke, do not fix it. And if you need someone to end a run, chances are Brooklyn Daly's going to help.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it just go back to your bread and butter. They haven't really gotten to the line a ton. Not really many fouls this half either, so.
Daly had 11 points in the opening half. That's her first point here of the second half. Peters providing great minutes for Waukee. She will get a breather. Back in for the Warriors is Sophia Hope. And if they can get Hope and Peters both on the same page, this will be a tough Waukee team to beat night in and night out.
And we got to think Waukee's a little short-handed tonight. I mean, Gentry Williams, the sophomore, Lauren Knighty, who both played last year significant minutes, not playing tonight on the bench for Waukee. So having to pick up a couple pieces here.
Battling through some adversity early, but the Warriors playing strong here in this third quarter. Foul underneath on the Rams. That will go against Ashlyn Williams.
Really not a ton of foul trouble so far. Williams with 3 and Daly with 3.
Salo catches the inbounds. Down low to Hope. Turnaround shot. Doesn't fall. Brooklyn Daly getting up quickly after a little contact down low. Still able to draw a foul.
A lot of student section wanted a flop warning against Daly. But, I mean, you got to be aggressive down low. And if you're going to take hits, you got to take the hits. And if you get hit and you fall to the ground, you fall to the ground. Just kind of goes with the program. Nice pass.
That was Ashlyn Williams to a backdoor cutting Brooklyn Daly. Excellent ball movement. Gives Daly her 14th point of the night. Trying to create more breathing room are the Rams, up 41-34. 2:15 to play here in the third. Exciting start to this doubleheader tonight here in Pleasant Hill.
And they are trying so hard to get it down to Sophia Hope.
Warriors frantically keeping it in play. Howe calling for it. 3 may have been partially tipped on the way. But they will say that it was Blast off of Waukee. The
I'm not
Warrior
sure.
coaching staff thought that was, and from our angle, looked like that was tipped once the shot went up by Southeast Polk, but it will be Rams basketball.
I just don't believe that would have been shot so short and not have been touched.
So the Rams catching a break. Alyssa Bartlett got things going nicely here to start the quarter. Daly pivoted in off the glass, right side. 16 points now for the senior Brooklyn Daly.
Waukee on their run there to get back within a couple. Daly hadn't scored, and now Daly's starting to score, and Southeast Polk starting to pull back away.
9-point lead here for the Rams. Hope between a pair of Rams gets the friendly touch. Hope has played nicely here to start the second half. Mitchell open three, knocks it down.
It's her second three of the ball game. She's got 8 points this quarter.
Just so dangerous for the Rams in transition. You cannot forget about J.C. Mitchell, and one of three seniors on this Rams team. Less than a minute to play here in the third. Waukee trying to respond with Fazio's three, and the Rams let it bounce out of play.
And they're getting open looks this time. I mean, the zone, they're able to shoot out of the zone, which you always love to see when teams can do that.
So just about a 15-second difference between shot and game clock here for the Rams. Bartlett, Solsa pulls up, in and out. Daly trying her best to work away with the rebound, but Salo brings it down. Waukee looking for critical points here and some momentum to go into the fourth quarter. Hauk skips it to Hope. Ball knocked loose.
Well, and it was a 10-point game at the half, and what feels like Waukee has outshot Southeast Polk. Now the Rams have been able to counter that, and it looks like they might just stay the same here going into the fourth.
Fourth team foul on Waukee. Each team with 14 fouls up to this point. Daly will check out. Anna Van Kooten inbounds it to Bartlett. Rams looking for a final good look at the basket here. Solseth. Bartlett from inside the arch. Shot clanks off the front of the iron. Good effort to try to chase it before going out, but Waukee boxing out. We'll have 1.7 seconds to work with here before we go into the fourth. Hauk will just dribble it out. Great play on both ends of the floor for both squads. Takes us into the fourth quarter. It's a 10-point lead for the home team, the Southeast Polk Rams, here in Pleasant Hill. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after these messages on CISN.TV.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Three quarters are in the books here on this Friday night from inside Southeast Polk High School, just outside of Pleasant Hill. Hunter Phillips and Blake Walker, delighted to have you with us here for a action-packed night of prep basketball. Southeast Polk led at halftime 29-19, and like Waukee, they scored 17 points in the third quarter, but so too did Southeast Polk.
Yeah, that stinks, doesn't it? Yeah, that's just how it goes. I mean, the offense was working there for a little bit. 12 of those 17 points came off three-pointers for Waukee. They got to keep that going here, but Brooklyn Daly started to heat back up. That was the big difference maker for Southeast Polk.
Waukee begins the fourth and final quarter with the ball. Hauk with 9 points, sends it out right side, three. Off the mark by Lydia Smith. Warriors will get another try here with a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Salo calling for it far side. Hope to Hauk. Contested three, short. Good defense by the Rams. They raced the other way. Brooklyn Daly thought about the step back three. Instead gives it up to Mitchell. She'll let it fly. Off the mark. Salo bringing down the board for Waukee. Mitchell knocking down 2-3. Sorry there, Blake, there in the third quarter.
No, I was just going to say, Zalo's been so good on the boards tonight. The Rams have done a lot of stuff good tonight. The rebounding, letting up offensive rebounding as she did a wraparound. The offensive rebounds for Waukee has definitely been something Southeast Polk will look back on. That's that classic, you wrap your arm around. If you can't pull them around.
Alyssa Bartlett fears nobody on the defensive end of the floor. Matched up against the taller Sophia Hope. That's her third personal foul. Team foul number 5 on the Warriors. Mitchell, deep three. Too strong. But she's able to collect her own miss.
She loves to shoot. I don't blame her. I mean, she can really shoot the ball. So can Charleston.
Charleston making a three back in the opening half. Hasn't taken many shot attempts here in the second half.
And for a shooter like her, you'd assume she would go to the basket more.
Fazio near corner. They reverse it out to Smith. Hauk had the three ball working in the third. Doesn't work that time. Bartlett. Nice Daly. Move. Too easy for the Rams.
So athletic down low. I mean, she just has a lot of different moves in her repertoire.
At least 4 assists on the night for Bartlett. 18 points for Daly. Sowell working down low off the glass right side. Mitchell, the head fake. Charleston, three. Cash it.
She went cold there for a little bit, able to figure it out. Trying to get the Rams to pull away here as we end this thing out.
On a similar start to the third quarter for Southeast Polk to what we're seeing here to start the fourth. Shots are falling. Salo and the Warriors getting points down low in the paint. And Southeast Polk will call a timeout here with 5:22 to play. An 11-point lead for the Rams. We will take one with them here on CISN.TV.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
– 11-point lead for Southeast Polk here in their third home game of the season. Waukee on the road for the first time on the young season. Trying to bounce back after a tough outing at home against Ankeny earlier in the week. But it's been balanced scoring, great ball movement by Southeast Polk here to begin the fourth quarter that has had them propelled out to a double-digit lead, and it will be Southeast Polk ball out of their timeout.
Quite a large crowd starting to file in here at Southeast Polk High School.
Once again, shortly after our girls matchup, it will be the boys. Hold on Waukee defensively.
You wonder, and I've been to so many games where this happens, a lot of people file in for the men's games. It's got to be so weird for these girls because sometimes when these games start, yeah, there's a lot of people here, but if things get intense at the end, now you have the whole crowd on top of you that came here for another game. So, it's kind of interesting to see how those two things go hand in hand.
Well,
both these teams noticeably know the spotlight.
You throw in the student section that has come in waves for Waukee, making more noise than the Southeast Polk student section at one point. Just kind of makes things a little different. But that's what it's all about. Great to have a lot of fans on hand here and everyone watching back home on CISN.TV. Bartlett, left-handed floater, doesn't trickle in. Hope doing a nice job securing the board. Waukee needs to get going here. Still plenty of time, but down by 11.
Bartlett's going to be a star. I mean, just a sophomore. She's so aggressive on defense, really good on offense. Kind of looks mean when you're looking at her on the course. Like, I don't know if I want to go near her.
Just a gritty player at that. Salos had the hot hand for the Warriors. Baseline shot off the mark. Bartlett with a my bad moment there. A little too strong on the pass in transition. Rams try to keep it in play, but it will go back to Waukee. J.C. Mitchell and Brooklyn Daly. A pair of seniors back out on the floor in the Southeast Polk program. I mean, you mentioned Bartlett as well as Hins. 2 sophomores, part of a sophomore class that features 3 and then 2 freshmen on this team. Develop players really starting from the ground up here out in the eastern part of the Des Moines Metro. Miranda Peters catch and shoot tray near side, keeping the Warriors in it here. 51-43, less than 4 to play here in this one. Daly drawing the foul. Like we've seen, when she checks in, wastes very little time to go up and try to make a difference.
And when she's out, that's when Waukee's scoring. I mean, Waukee put together 5 straight points there, and now we're back within, 8, make it 9. So Brooklyn just makes a huge impact right when she steps on the floor.
Averaged 17.5 points per game last season, shot 49% from the floor, including 40% from beyond the arc. A jack of all trades, Brooklyn Daly now with 20 points here tonight. Back to a 10-point lead for Southeast Polk, looking to keep their perfect start to the season intact. Waukee trying to work their way back in this one and try not to lose their second straight. Daly running in transition layup. Braces off the iron. Waukee breathing a sigh of relief. Peters. Back to Hauk. Peters. But not afraid to let it fly. Hauk trying to force it in down low to Hope, but the Rams had help defense there. Daly, step back 3. Left short. One thing she hasn't done tonight is make a triple. Other than that, she has been a threat all around. Sophia Hope missing the transition layup and a foul on the floor. It's been that kind of a night for Sophia Hope. She has had some good looks really since the beginning of the game and just have not been able to get those to fall in.
And she's kept shooting. I mean, that's what you want to see out of a player that just can't make a shot. Just keep shooting the ball. They'll fall eventually, and that's just something you got to hope on. But, just hasn't quite been able to get there tonight.
Salo catches the inbounds. Hope going up against Daly. Reverse layup. Off target. Daly with good defense down low. They try to feed it to Daly. Hope picks it off. Time winding down here in this one. Approaching 2.5 to play. Waukee down by 10. Need to find a good shot here. Hauk with 9 points on the night. Swings it out to Fazio. Got the ball knocked out by Mitchell. 13 seconds to work with here off the shot clock for Waukee, who will call a timeout. It is a full timeout, so we'll take one with them. 53-43. Southeast Polk ahead with less than 2.5 to play here on CISN.TV.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Timeout on the floor called by second-year head coach Danny Franklin of Waukee. We noted her background earlier in the broadcast, played collegiately at Valparaiso, and her final 2 years were spent when they joined the Missouri Valley Conference. Franklin's second all-time in Valpo history in scoring was a graduate assistant at Mercer when they made the NCAA tournament. 2 years at Valparaiso before coming back to her home state of Iowa from Cedar Rapids originally. Played her high school ball at Cedar Rapids, Washington. A young coach leading this young Waukee program down by 10. 2:15 to play here in this one. But the Warriors, out of their timeout, turn it over. And just when they try to find the right angle to be able to pass it in the low post, Southeast Polk has been able to deny really anything there in terms of a high efficient look.
See a little bit of a press here by Waukee. We haven't seen that tonight really at all. Just trying to slow down anything for the Rams here. Still only a 10-point game. It doesn't feel like it, but another steal by Sophia Hope.
Well, the Southeast Polk bench wanted a travel there. Stays with Waukee. Hauk, step back three. In and out. Daly had the rebound in her hands. Salo picks it up. Contact there, but the follow-through doesn't fall. Hauk called for the foul as Bartlett was dribbling it near half court.
It's been a couple times tonight where both teams have just kind of looked over and said, where's the foul? The refs are letting her play down low, and for a team that almost both teams were in the bonus in the first quarter, I mean, right now, Southeast Polk only just 5 fouls committed, Waukee just 8, so they've kind of slowed down a little bit. I think the refs have let a little bit more go here in the second half.
Bartlett, first one, in and out.
Now to see urgency here from Waukee.
We'll see away from the ball here.
Shot clock, probably.
Both officials were looking up at the game clock. So more than likely we'll need to adjust things. Not sure if the shot clock started on time.
Well, and we got to give, a shout out to the people that run the shot clock because it's not easy.
Yes.
I did get to watch the presentation of how to run the shot clock. It's like 9 pages long. It's a little confusing. You have to.
It's
go
not
through
as
it.
easy as it may appear.
No. They made it in a PowerPoint though, so that's nice. But no, it's tough. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, and these officials just always have to be looking at it. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. This is the first year it's happening. You're going to have shot clock problems. They're just going to set it right back to 30. Well, so I think what they were getting at is because Hauk, she just held the ball on the floor. The ball had not been picked up. So the ball was rolled. Hauk never picked it up. So I don't think the people at the scorer's table saw that she never touched it.
That's sort of a judgment call right there. But after a little housekeeping, we're back underway. Fazio, 3 off the mark. Peters nearly brought down the rebound behind Daly. But the Rams take it away.
You don't have to shoot here if you're Southeast Polk. You also don't have to force turnovers or force bad passes. I know with the shot clock, it feels like, okay, we can't hold this for a long time. Last year, we could have held it the whole way and just won the ball game.
And so that's also an adjustment, too, from a player's perspective. Now that maybe you feel like internally you got to rush things more. And so Waukee, see what they can do off the turnover. That helps right there. Marin Salo.
She's got 7 this quarter.
15 on the night. I believe that is a season high for the freshman.
There you go. There's your foul. Waukee's coaching staff screaming for a foul. Eventually got one.
Stops play with 49.2 seconds remaining. At the third foul on Fazio.
Zalo, just so good. Just a freshman. I mean, she is going to be so fun to watch the next couple of years for Waukee.
And that's it. While we note the veteran presence on both teams, they have some young up-and-coming talent that are going to be names to remember for the next 3 to 4 years. 2 big makes by Stella Charleston, who becomes the third Ram to be in double figures. Bricken Daly with a team-high 20 points. And then J.C. Mitchell with 11. So a timeout on the floor. Let's see what Waukee will draw up here. And if that was called by Waukee, which I believe it was, I'm not sure if they still have a timeout remaining.
It should not, I don't think. Be interested to see what they do here. I mean, you don't need a 3. You'd love a 3 just to get it back within 6. And you have time to get a 2-for-1 if you want. We didn't get to say that term back then. Now we have a shot clock, so we can. But, the way that these teams foul, especially in this new shot clock era, you had to pretty much rewrite how you go about post game and end game. See, this time, you got to hurry up. You got to get it across the timeline here.
Yeah, unlike the college game, you cannot advance it to your end of the floor. Daly, like a defensive back, knocking that one away. And fortunately for Waukee, it does remain their ball. Daly covering so much ground defensively. She has a pair of steals and a block tonight. Salo shot fake. Open look for Hope. Doesn't go, and Brooklyn Daly keeps Fazio at bay, and Rams will inbound it here with an even 30 seconds to play, up 55-46. Boy, and before the inbounds, Fazio draws the foul.
Yeah, Bartlett kind of pushed a shoulder in to push off, and Fazio did a good job selling it to kind of back up. Looked like she got pushed. I mean, she did get pushed. Luckily, nobody's really in the bonus yet, and it wouldn't have caused it anyway, but now Waukee gets the ball back. Shot clock is dead.
Hope catches the inbounds. Peters, three, knocks it down. Peters feeling it here tonight in Pleasant Hill. Quick foul on Waukee to stop it at 21 seconds.
I'm surprised if we can get a replay on that. Peters kind of got hugged when she shot the three. I'm surprised they didn't call a foul here. Great inbound play, perfectly set up. Kind of a little bit of a touch and go by J.C. Mitchell. No foul called.
17 points for Peters tonight. And she has answered the bell whenever Waukee has needed a big bucket. The Rams continue to make trips to the line matter. Solseth going 2 for 2. She now has 9 points. Timeout by Waukee. And it is a full timeout. And that must be their final timeout here in regulation. So I think we'll go ahead and take a break, a quick one, and we'll be back for the ending here on CISN.TV.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Coming down to the wire here at Southeast Polk High School. Waukee not going away quietly. 8-point lead for the number 8 team in Class 5A, Southeast Polk. Waukee at number 12 in the most recent rankings.
It's about what statistics say this final score would be.
The numbers don't lie. Sophia Hope getting 2 defenders to go her direction. Time winding down. Salo step back 3. Off the mark. Bartlett brings in the rebound. Fazio trying to rip it away. And so the Rams will walk to the other end of the floor with 2.6 seconds remaining, looking to pad what will be a hard-earned victory for the Rams here tonight.
Defense won it tonight. I mean, defense was the big factor here for Southeast Polk, and Brooklyn Daly just continuing. She's going to have a great senior season ahead of her here.
8 points now for Bartlett. Big second half for the sophomore. Set the tone in the third quarter. 1 for 2. Waukee lets one fly there to end the ball game. It will not go, and Southeast Polk remains perfect at 4-0 on the season as they win this one 58-49 in a top 15 matchup. Meanwhile, Waukee, they drop to 1-2 on the young season. Once again, 58-49, Rams top the Warriors in the first game of our doubleheader. We'll take one quick break. When we come back, we'll get you all set up for Game 2 on the docket here on CISN.TV.
We are We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Mornings. They can be hectic.
Let's go!
So can your car, so to get a free pickup, drop-off, or delivery, head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
Game 1 in the books here at Southeast Polk High School. The Southeast Polk girls defeating the Waukee girls in our opening game of the night, 58-49. The final score. Blake, 3 players for Southeast Polk scoring in double figures. Brooklyn Daly leading the way with 20, but like you noted, it was really the defense for Southeast Polk that guided them to victory.
Yeah, a lot of steals, a lot of turnovers. Forcing Waukee to take shots late in the possession really hurt Waukee as the night went on. And like you said, Brooklyn Daly just absolutely phenomenal, led the team with 20 points. This is a good Southeast Polk team. They're going to be looking at a Wells Fargo trip later this season.
Well, we had a fun opener. Buckle up, everyone, for this second one coming up next. The top team in the state on the boys' side, the Waukee Warriors, will go up against Southeast Polk here in just a matter of minutes. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have Game 2 for you here in Pleasant Hill. Don't go anywhere here on CISN.TV.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Mornings. They can be hectic.
Let's go!
So can your car, so to get a free pickup, drop-off, or delivery, head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Our year-end sales event is going on now at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville.
With over 60 new vehicles in stock on the ground, you can take delivery now.
Every new Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and all DeArmond certified used vehicles are tagged with one low sale price.
DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western. More jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that "oh rats" moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of home.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that "oh rats" moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the whole difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
Our year-end sales event is going on now at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Find out why more people are coming to DeArmond Ford, Indianola to buy their new Fords and certified pre-owned vehicles.
Come see the newest state-of-the-art dealership in the area. Every new Ford and pre-owned used is clearly tagged with one low price. Experience the DeArmond difference.
DeArmond Ford, Indianola, DeArmondFord.com.
We are
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
Stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively,
relentlessly
At your service.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the whole difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Mornings. They can be hectic.
Let's go!
So can your car, so to get a free pickup, drop-off, or delivery, head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
Back everyone to the Central Iowa Sports Network here at Southeast Polk High School. It's the men's side. It's the #1 ranked Waukee Warriors taking on the Southeast Polk Rams. Hello everyone and welcome back. Blake Walker, Hunter Phillips with you here this evening on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Hunter, this is no surprise. Waukee, very good last year, but they bring in Omaha Blue. He comes back. He played at Waukee 2 years ago on the state championship team with Sanford, Tucker DeVries, and himself getting the championship. He goes to California last year, goes and plays prep basketball, comes back to Waukee, and now they're considered by some, not Phi Slamma Jamma, but Key Slamma Jamma with Waukee with the names on their back. Some have been domed that name, but this Waukee team is so fun to watch. Omaha Blue is one of the best players in not the state of Iowa, the country.
Yeah, well said. I mean, great to have a familiar name back. I mean, he is box office must-see. There are so many people making their way here to Southeast Polk High School to see not only Omaha, but just a really well-balanced Waukee team that's veteran-laden, have big aspirations all together, and they're going up against a Southeast Polk team that's pretty gritty. They have some talented scorers on their side. They got off to a rough start to the season earlier in the week at Indianola, tough place to play, but it'll be fun to watch. It's really going to be about who gets off to the best start here tonight because Southeast Polk cannot afford to face any kind of big deficit against Waukee.
Well, we can't doubt the Southeast Polk Rams. Riley Edwards, 28 points in the loss to Indianola. Still very good. He's going to be tough to watch. And then Bodie Goodman, just a sophomore, 21 points in the loss to Indianola. Southeast Polk has not beaten Ankeny since December 20th of 2013. You got to go back 9 years since the last time the Rams beat the Warriors. Waukee took both wins last year, 57-51 and 72-53. And Waukee can't think too far ahead. They got a big matchup next Tuesday with their rival Waukee Northwest. But this Waukee team, everything just kind of moved quick. Last year it was picking up the pieces from the split. They still were pretty good. They were competitive in some games. And then all of a sudden, well, here comes the playmaker right back.
Yeah, and not only just the difference in splitting apart, but also coaching styles as well. You know, you bring in Kevin Kanaski, great basketball family. 1 year in, now he's able to really implement his style, a former point guard back in the day at Middle Tennessee State, and so he's really got this team clicking right now. But then you throw in a dynamic playmaker in Omaha Blue. That's why this is really the team to beat right now here in the state. Opening week on the boys' side. Southeast Polk, they're really going to need guys to step up big here against, like I said, a team in Waukee that not only is well balanced, but they have a lot of size down low.
And not just Omaha. I mean, Vance Pfeiffer technically is taller. He's 6'9". Number 25 is going to be someone to keep an eye on tonight. He was already going to be a really good player this year, even if Omaha came back or not. But now you add Omaha Blue into the mix, who's 6'8" and a senior. And, oh, by the way, just so happens to be one of the top 5 players in his class. He'll go play for TJ Otzelberger next year up in Ames. But there's a lot of pieces Waukee has. But this is a Southeast Polk team that can be tricky at times. And if Riley Edwards gets going, the Rams could have a tough matchup here tonight against the Warriors on their hands. We got a great crowd on hand here tonight. A lot of people have filed in. The Rams girls took care of business in the first game. We'll see if the Ram boys can do that and upset the number 1 team in the state of Iowa in Class 4A. We'll take a break and we'll be back for the beginning of our matchup tonight. It's Waukee and Southeast Polk here on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of Central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Our year-end sales event is going on now at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Find out why more people are coming to DeArmond Ford Indianola to buy their new Fords and certified pre-owned vehicles.
Come see the newest state-of-the-art dealership in the area. Every new Ford and pre-owned used is clearly tagged with one low price. Experience the DeArmond difference.
DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmondFord.com.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Welcome back to Southeast Polk High School here in Pleasant Hill, Iowa. It's number 1 Waukee in town on this Friday evening to take on the Southeast Polk Rams. Blake Walker, Hunter Phillips with you here for our nightcap, the boys' game of Waukee and Southeast Polk. We're just about 50 seconds away from our buzzer going off. It is a full packed crowd tonight. Student sections came out in full force. Jersey night for the Southeast Polk Rams, and it looks like your standard Christmas morning costume get-up for Waukee with a lot of plaid pants and whatnot. We're going to send it down to our PA announcer for our starting lineups between Waukee and Southeast Polk.
Tonight, let's give a warm welcome to Coach Kevin Kanaski and the Waukee Warriors. Waukee comes into tonight's contest with a 1-0 record. scoreboard playing Sullivan. And this year, having to learn a new skill, Kyle Lehman on the shot clock. And now, let's meet your starting lineup for the Waukee Warriors 6'8" senior, Omaha Balloon. For your Rams, 6'4" junior, number 1, Connor Moberly. For the Warriors, a 6'4" junior, number 1, Mason Costello. For the Rams, the senior, 6'3", number 3, Riley Edwards. For the Warriors, 6'4" senior, number 4, Cooper Randall. For the Rams, a sophomore, 6 foot even, number 11, Bodie Butterfly. For Waukee, a 6'9" senior, number 25, Vance Piper. For the Rams, a 6'7" senior, wearing number 12, Lincoln Cantrell. And for the Warriors, a 6'2" senior, King Littlefield, wearing number 33. And for the Rams, number 20, a junior, 6'4", Jackson Polk. It's game time. Let's bring these teams onto the floor.
Waukee and Southeast Polk, the Warriors 1-0 coming off a win against Ankeny 75-51 in their first match of the season. Southeast Polk 0-1 on the season coming off a loss to Indianola 75-71. Omaha Blue leads that Waukee offense, 22 points in his first game on the season. First game back with Waukee. Southeast Polk's Riley Edwards, 28 points in the loss to Indianola. The Rams going to try to pull an early season upset. The road is a tough place to travel. Waukee on the road, they will be wearing the purple with the yellow stripes, and Southeast Polk will be in white with white and black trim so far tonight. Great crowd on hand. Blake Walker, Hunter Phillips with you here this evening. Student sections for Waukee and Southeast Polk alike. We got a fun one on tap this evening. A lot of good action across the CIML this evening in the Metro. Shot clock set to 35 seconds, 8 minutes on the clock. The Rams looking for win number 1 on the season. Waukee looking for win number 2. We are off and running here in Southeast Polk. Mason Costello brought it up. There's Vance Pfeiffer, the 6'9" senior at the top of the key. Here's Omaha Blue. He'll go to the basket, up and under, can't get the shot to go. Rebounded, he'll be fouled. And that is just a piece of what you're going to see from the senior.
You give Omaha Blue an opening. You give him an inch, he's going to go a mile. He is someone that is so physical when he attacks off the dribble, and that is something that Southeast Polk is going to have to try to contain all night. And even when he misses after a good defensive play, able to get his own miss and earn a trip to the line.
22 points, 13 rebounds. He went 4 of 6 from the line in the victory against Ankeny. He makes his first at the charity stripe. Everybody really got a sense of what Omaha could be at that state championship 2 years ago with Tucker DeVries and Peyton Samford and them. And now into that big starting role. Now all eyes are on him. And a very talented Waukee offense. The Rams bring it up the court. It is 2-0 in favor of the Warriors. 3 ball from the wing. That is no good. Missed out wide. They are able to get their own rebound, and the Rams reset. Moberly swings over to the corner. 3 won't go. Rebound taken away by Waukee. That was Lincoln Cantrell on the three-pointer, and there's a foul on the floor, and once again, Omaha Blue draws the foul. He's going to be the big one tonight to draw fouls, especially for Waukee. because everybody wants to rip the ball away from him. Why not? Pfeiffer down on the low block. He'll spin around, go off the glass. Not going to go. Fight for the rebound will go in favor of the Warriors, and it will stay with Waukee.
Yeah, good help defense there by Goodman. Just couldn't keep the ball in play, and that's another guy that Southeast Polk is really going to have to try to handle tonight, the tallest player out there on the floor, and Vance Pfeiffer.
Costello gets an open three off the screen. Ballou goes up for the rebound, can't grab it. Snagged right back away by Lincoln Cantrell. And here come the Rams. 2-0 lead for Waukee. Three-pointer, top of the key. That will not fall. Rams can't hit a shot here in the first minute. Cade Littlefield with it here. A Waukee team that last year pretty much had a different starting five, it felt like, every single time they touched the floor. Now might have some solidarity to it. Ballou pulls up, rims out. Here come the Rams.
Yeah,
Riley.
Having that consistent starting five out there, really big in terms of building continuity here throughout the course of the season.
Edwards had 28 in the loss to Indianola, gets blocked by Pfeiffer. Costello up the floor. He'll go all the way. Tough shot. He gets fouled. And Mason Costello will go to the line for Waukee. 3 fouls already on Southeast Polk. Not even 2 minutes into the ball game.
Yeah, so Waukee, their game plan is we're going to attack them no matter if it's Ballou or Costello, who has really just become a very good floor general here for Waukee. Had 15 points in the opener against Ankeny.
Costello hits. 3-0 in favor of the Warriors. The Rams have gotten a couple open looks, just can't quite get the bucket to fall. Cooper Randall on the floor, number 4 for Waukee. Keep an eye out for him. He's a shooter. There's a shooter in the corner that's not going to go. Rebound able to snag away, though, by the Rams. That's Jackson Barton. Barton off the glass with his right hand and good.
Barton's a guy who can do that. You know, he battles down low. He loves working it there in the low post. Had 7 rebounds, 8 points against Indianola. Those are the hard-earned plays that Southeast Polk needs to make all night. Oh, my goodness.
Omaha Ballou sends one right down, and he is going to get a technical foul, I believe. Yes, he will. He blew a kiss to the Southeast Polk student section, and they're going to get him on a technical foul.
Now we'll get a better look of it right here. Impressive stuff right here from Ballou. But had a little gesture there towards the student section, and the officials took notice there, and you saw Kevin Kanaski really pleading with his star player. You just got to be a little bit smarter than that.
Well, and Kanaski's an animated guy. I mean, he's passionate for his team. We saw that last year. A couple technical fouls even went his way, but yeah, when you're the best player in the state of Iowa, you're going to have a lot of people jarring at you. First free throw goes for Southeast Polk. And the second one falls as well for Riley Edwards. 5-4 advantage for Waukee here early. Southeast Polk, while we haven't seen a ranking come out yet by the Boys Association, probably not ranked in whatever they decide to do, 15 or 10. Waukee undoubtedly, unanimously, is the number 1 team with Waukee Northwest at number 2. Barton backs down low. He'll go to the corner. 3-point try. Will not go. Good fight for the rebound, though, down low. It's going to go back to Southeast Polk.
Goodman 0 for 2 to start things from beyond the arc, really kind of forcing things. And, you know, that's really one area that Alan Jenkins wants to see from his Rams, is that you got to be able to work to find a good shot. Just cannot afford to force those up, but able to get a second crack at it here.
Edwards. Step back. No. Littlefield with the rebound.
Oh, just great defense there from Costello, staying with him and contesting it.
4:46 to go. Ballou pulls up for 3. That's going to be short, and that's an air ball. Little off to the right, and the student section's going to let him know. And a tough start here for Omaha Blue. He had 22 in the win against Ankeny. That ball goes wide, and it's able to be taken away by Mason Costello on the steal. He goes up court to Ballou, who goes right back to the corner. That was Shipper. He didn't want to take it. Costello wide open for three, and he puts it in.
Costello was 2 for 3 from beyond the arc in Waukee's season-opening win. Just excellent ball movement that got started from Costello after the takeaway. And then Omaha Blue giving it up in the paint, allowing his teammate to get the point.
That shot is blocked. The Warriors will bring it back down court with an 8-4 lead. Ballou stops, goes up and in.
Well, you see that first jump that he made right there in the lane. Athleticism on full display by Omaha Blue.
10-4 lead. Moberly working on Littlefield. That one knocked away by Ballou.
Well, and that's an area that head coach T.J. Alzelberger at Iowa State loves about Ballou. We know what he can do offensively, but he loves getting after it on the defensive end, deflecting a lot of passes there along the perimeter.
Zeb Hines in the game here at point guard for Southeast Polk. The Rams trying to get some offense rolling here. Again, have had a couple open looks, just can't seem to do anything with it. Edwards tried to go baseline. They go right back up top. Three-pointer will go. Lincoln Cantrell.
It's almost like Waukee's playing a bit of a matchup zone a little bit, so it's given Southeast Polk opportunities to let it fly from the outside, just taking care of the basketball and giving a good look for Cantrell.
Good defense there by the Rams. A long pull-up jumper by Cooper Randall will not go. Hines on the rebound. Hines will go coast to coast, and that is blocked up against the glass by Omaha Ballou. Southeast Polk wanted a goaltend. Now Ballou will go one-on-one to the basket, draws contact, can't go. They let him play as we go throughout. 2:41 remaining here in the quarter. Another Cantrell three is good. Timeout on the floor. Waukee wants a full timeout. We'll take one with them. We're tied here at Southeast Polk High School. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of Central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Blake Walker, Hunter Phillips with you here this evening. Southeast Polk and Waukee going at it here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Lincoln Cantrell is off to a hot start. Back-to-back three-pointers. Both, by the way, have been guarded by Omaha Ballou. And he is fired up.
You saw it right there and knocked it down from the same spot there, right wing. And so Coach Kanaski not liking just the slowness of his defense there along the outside. And just the kind of start that Southeast Polk needed. And it really kind of all stemmed from that early technical there by Omaha Ballou. It kind of gave a little bit of life to Southeast Polk, and ever since then, they've been able to fight this.
Costello, long three, rims out. Cantrell with the rebound. Cantrell leads Southeast Polk with 6. Ballou leads Waukee with 6. Hines at the wing. They go to Sean Tunks here at the top. Tunks, a promising sophomore here for Southeast Polk, coming off the bench. Hines got one up in the air, goes off glass, no. Blue gives up the rebound. It'll be taken by Keyshawn Moore. Keyshawn saw a couple of minutes last year within a couple games, made a couple big impacts on and off the bench. Costello all the way, up and good.
Nice up and under there from Costello. Using the glass there, he has 6 points now to tie with Ballou here early in the first.
Just 2 scorers for Waukee so far in Costello and Ballou. Edwards back outside to Hines. He's left wide open for 3. No. Again, a couple more open shots for Southeast Polk. Finding the shots is not a problem. Costello goes behind his head to Vance Pfeiffer. Or excuse me, that is Owen Schipper on the backside.
Highlight reel stuff right there from Mason Costello. Man, you know you have confidence in yourself and in your teammates when you're able to dish out a pass like this.
Wow.
And that is why this Waukee team is just so tough. I mean, yeah, you want to zero in on number 0, but when you have a point guard like Costello who can make plays like that, it's going to lead to easy buckets.
Keyshawn Moore for 3. Big points off the bench there from the junior. 17-10, Waukee trying to extend their lead back. 7-0 run for the Warriors, and there's a foul on Moore. And the Rams will throw in here by the scores table. This is Riley Edwards, the senior.
Game was tied at 10, and that's what Waukee can do in a blink. They could just put points together in a hurry.
Edwards stops and fires and misses everything. A lot of confidence in that young man, though. 28 points in that first game on the season. You might as well keep shooting. 40 seconds to go, 30 seconds now here on the shot clock. Moore on a screen from Pfeiffer, goes over to the corner to Rogers. Pfeiffer on the block, steps out of bounds.
Jamari Williams just standing his ground right there. And Pfeiffer trying to do whatever he could to create a post up. But Williams forcing him along the baseline out of bounds.
Even with Ballou off the court, Pfeiffer a good replacement at 6'9", technically an inch taller than a 6'8" Omaha Ballou. 12 seconds to go here. Jamari Williams. A handoff. He'll go center of the floor. Not going to go. Costello with the rebound. 2 seconds. Costello spins, puts up a half-court heave, and it's no good. And that will do it for the end of the first quarter. Waukee on a 7-0 run to end it. Leads 17-10. We'll take a break. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday,
and we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Blake Walker, Hunter Phillips with you here this evening. It is Waukee on top of Southeast Polk here at the end of the first quarter. Into the second we go, 17-10. Anything stand out in particular for you here, Hunter, so far?
Well, I just love what we saw out of Mason Costello there, really to help calm down Waukee after Southeast Polk was able to tie it at 10-all.
Little floater, not going to go, and a foul on a push by Jackson Barton. And Waukee will take the basketball right back.
But, you know, you're going to get a team's best shot when you're the number one team in the state, especially when you're going in their own building. And so while it took a little bit for Waukee to calm down, it was really their veteran presence that really helped them create some breathing room up by 7. And the fouls are really starting to pick up here on Southeast Polk. That already their 5th of the game.
I tell you what, and that is Barton's 3rd foul, so he will probably be done for the half. And he's been pretty big off the bench. Had a 2 earlier. Waukee gets it into Ballou. He'll go right back up top. Moore floats. No, but a putback by Omaha Ballou. Wow. Heads up play by Omaha Ballou. You best get out of the way. 19-10 in favor of the Warriors. Edwards. He'll go baseline, picked up by Littlefield. Littlefield just kind of patrolling the paint right now. Edwards, 7 seconds on the shot clock. They go to the corner for 3. Not going to fall that time. That was Merrick Bayshare. That one almost knocked out from behind. Ballou directs traffic at the top of the key. He'll hand right back off to Keyshawn Moore. Pfeiffer on the block. Floats. No. Overall, good defenses interior-wise for Southeast Polk.
Yeah, really have. Here's a must-make 3 here. That just really cold Southeast Polk is after 2 back-to-back threes by Cantrell back in the first quarter.
Pfeiffer to the glass, up and good. Timeout on the floor, and it will be an injury timeout. And I think they're just going to take a timeout in general. They're going to take a full timeout. Waukee on top, 21-10. We'll take a break with them. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade. With the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Take a look at the dunk earlier by Omaha Ballou. How do you do? Puts it down for a dunk off the putback. And he is continuing to play well for the Warriors so far. 8 points.
Just the anticipation right there. It's almost like when that shot was up in the air, he knew that it wasn't going to go in, so he just has such a spring to him and just a force down low, and that's why, again, he is must-see TV every single night.
Tall, lengthy, good build to him. He's clearly been in the weight room. It's just a fun presence to watch. A lot of people just call it must-see TV. Three-pointer from the corner is going to go. Connor Moberly. Well, the Rams have attempted a lot of threes tonight, and if they can start hitting a couple more, this game can get a little bit closer. Cade Littlefield thought about a 3. Pfeiffer tries his luck from the top. Not going to go off front iron. The Rams push. Cantrell. Yes! Back-to-back trays by the Rams bring them back within 5.
Third triple on tonight for the senior, who's got offers from Grandview and Midland University in Nebraska. Gotta love what they're seeing out of him. And Omaha Ballou, just like a train, bulldozing his way through.
They're going to let him play. He's able to get the bucket. That's 10 for Omaha. Rams trying to hang in tough here. They go to the corner. This is Burks. Or Tunks, excuse me. Great defense by Waukee. Here comes a backdoor by Edwards. He's been quiet, taken away by Omaha Ballou. Ballou upfield to Moore. They'll go back to Ballou, right back to Keyshawn Moore. He's wide open. Won't fall, and Cantrell snags the rebound. Back and forth we go here. 4:24 remaining here in the first half. It's Waukee on top. Bodie Goodman holds at the logo here, guarded by Cooper Randall.
Someone that the Rams are really looking to get going.
Cantrell again. No. And a hard foul that time on the backside by Bodie Goodman. 6 fouls already for Southeast Polk.
Second foul on Cantrell. See Skylar Yazzie, senior, in for the first time here tonight. And Blake, one thing that we didn't get a chance to mention, I mean, you look at that first game for Southeast Polk, they only had 8 guys play.
Yeah.
So the bench was really thin there against Indianola. Still were able to hold their own for the most part against Drew Kingery and company, and Drew Kingery, one of the top players in the state. But Waukee, on the other hand, very deep bench. They're a team that loves to utilize especially its dynamic guards.
So
instead of
there was a
bonus free throws.
Yeah, the foul was on. They got the foul on Lincoln Cantrell. That's what they're saying on the board, but I'm not sure what they were getting at. I thought it was Bodie Goodman who got called on the foul, which means Waukee was going to get the ball back anyway. I think they were a little confused on who was shooting free throws and who wasn't. Yazzie was open there for a second. Rogers for 3 at the top. Yes.
Well, he hesitated a little bit when he put that one up, but confident shooter is Rogers. He's 2 for 2 here in the early going from beyond the arc.
Hard take to the basket, not going to go. They swing out wide for another 3. That won't fall, but somehow, some way, the putback goes back, and I honestly think that was more Jaden Rogers than it was Bodie Goodman.
But regardless, those are the kind of plays that you'll certainly take if you're Southeast Polk trying to eat into this deficit.
Tunks was down there. Ballou through contact gets fouled. Quieter second quarter here for Omaha. First foul of the night on Connor Moberly.
Just think of the excitement around Cyclone men's basketball. Ballou, the highest-ranked recruit to say yes to Iowa State in the modern era, number 9 in the 2023 ESPN Top 100. And you mentioned just the amount of time that he has spent in the weight room, bulking up. Of course, played out in California last year. It's just amazing to see how he has really grown, not only stature-wise, but also from a skill set perspective as well. Being that young role player, if you will, on that Waukee championship team just a couple of years ago, he is primed for some big things this year.
Well, and could have easily gone back to Waukee and said, I'll go to Waukee Northwest, since the split. But he wanted to come back and play for Waukee. Could have easily gone to team up with Price Sanford, but wanted to come back to his original school. And just like that, Waukee, who was already going to be good this year, gets a big, big-time start. Yazzie on the rebound, 10-point lead for Waukee, trying to extend it here. Ballou, quick move. He'll go to the basket and gets it blocked. The quarterback, Connor Moberly, with the block down low.
Moberly just toe for toe there and timing that block nicely. We've got a great angle at it right here. You're going to have to bring your best when Ballou is coming in, and now here come the Rams after making a nice play. Cade Littlefield, though, trying to force it. How about Littlefield and Costello? We mentioned Costello. Cade Littlefield, he comes from a great basketball family. His older sister, Carly, was a pretty darn good player back collegiately. Went to Princeton, played in a couple NCAA tournaments, finished her collegiate career at North Carolina, now playing professionally overseas. And so he got to learn from his older sister, who was certainly remembered as one of the best to play for the Waukee girls program.
And he's a hard worker. I mean, he will work hard on the floor like you saw there. Likes to get tough. Yazzie to Ballou, guarded by Moberly. Ballou backs down. Can't get the 2 to go. He tries to go back over the top, gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
If you're Moberly, there's really not much more you can do there. It's just who wants it more. And when you have that physical advantage and that athletic advantage, and as you mentioned, Moberly, quarterback on Southeast Polk State title team. He's a guy who's competitive, but Ballou is just an unreal athlete. And who can forget? He originally started at Dowling, in his prep career, and everyone knew that even back then that this guy was going to be something special, and he has just really blossomed into, again, one of the best players to come out of the state in recent memory.
He'll try for 2 free throws here, and he sinks his first. Big guy that can shoot from the line. It's always a good thing for your team. Extends the lead to 11 with about 2.5 to go here in the first half. Couple three-pointers have really been the key for Southeast Polk to at least hang in this game. Blue sinks both from the charity stripe. The lead is 12. And Hins will bring it up. Williams almost gets it stolen. They wanted to travel, not going to get it. That one's out of bounds. It will remain Southeast Polk basketball.
Well, let's go back to that technical that was called on that first dunk of many here on the night for Blue when it's going to be all said and done. Well, he's really responded nicely. You know, that was a moment where the student section was in it. He's really come up big, and nice follow through there for the Rams. And Riley Edwards, he's going to be a guy that night in and night out for Southeast Polk, he's going to get his, and he's trying to help his Rams get back in this ball game.
And a lot of times you feel that intimidation when you got a big 6'8" guy looking down on you. Nobody really wants to take it to the basket. Edwards thought about shooting again. They'll go to Hins, back to the corner. Tunks all the way, contact drawn, and one. Shipper got on the floor. He tried to set his feet. Ref says not enough. Southeast Polk back within 6, no 8.
How about the sophomore, Sean Tunks? Gets Ballou to bite, and then he just went right into Shipper, who, by the way, had 5 steals for Waukee in that win over Ankeny, so he's a very good defender in his own right. Unable to complete the three-point play. Nearly a foul there on the rebound putback.
Blue baseline, tried to go for a massive dunk, but he gets fouled anyway.
Southeast Polk bench not liking it. They thought that the ball was stripped away initially.
Cantrell gets called on it. Ooh, close.
Yeah, close play, and Cantrell picking up his 3rd foul. He thought that he fielded that one cleanly.
9 fouls for Southeast Polk, just 3 for Waukee. And Ballou sinks his first. Rams will take a timeout. We'll see how long they go here.
Official is telling both teams to get back out on the floor here because Ballou does have one more free throw left, so I think they want him to finish, and then that's when they will award the timeout.
You don't usually see a lot of timeouts mid free throw. Coach Jenkins, I think, just trying to stop another run from happening by Waukee. And now Coach Kanaski kind of wants a explanation. He gets a quick one. And Ballou will try for his 2nd free throw. I tell you what, if Omaha is taken off from that far away from the basket to dunk it, now you really have to be prepared for anything.
That's right.
Because in no shape that I think I was like, yeah, he's not going to try to dunk it from there. (31-22), 2nd attempt. Rolls out. Shipper knocks it away, and somehow Waukee saves it. They go back to the corner. Costello for 3. Yes! Beautiful heads-up basket.
Coach Jenkins is shaking his head because he would have got a timeout had Ballou made that free throw, but instead a 4-point swing if you include the first made free throw by Ballou, and Costello with that triple.
Edwards gets stuck to Tunks to Cantrell in the corner. Rams trying to get going here. The lead is 12. Edwards pulls up and puts it in. Nice shot for a 10-point deficit. 1 minute to go here in the first half. Costello coming off the 3 to Shipper in the corner. Can't leave him. Another 3-pointer for the Warriors. And when you look at Waukee, you think, well, it's just Omaha Blue. No, it is not. This whole team can just flat out score.
Yeah, I mean, you have Owen Shipper who plays, sparing minutes off the bench, and everyone on this team can shoot, and we've seen it so far.
Tunks, baseline, gets fouled. Sean Tunks, 6'2 sophomore. He'll go to the charity stripe, try his luck.
Well, I got to be really impressed with Tunks here tonight and just how tough he has been, especially when attacking off the dribble and also fighting for rebounds. And again, just a sophomore, he has met this challenge head on thus far here tonight.
Costello comes up to the line there. 28 seconds, shot clock is dead. Tunks will try his second. And rims out. 12-point lead for the Warriors. They'll try to extend it here on this last possession. Costello will walk it up. 15 points for Omaha Blue. Leads all scorers. He had 22 in the opening game against Ankeny. Costello, 12 seconds. Gets it to Omaha. He'll look back at the clock. 6 seconds. Randall down low, gets it knocked away. Jamari Williams up front to Edwards. Edwards floats up a shot at the buzzer, and it's not going to go. That will finish the end of the first half. 37-25 is your score. We will see you in the halftime break in just a few minutes. Waukee leads over Southeast Polk. We'll be right back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Mornings, they can be hectic.
Let's go!
So can your car, so to get a free pickup, drop-off, or delivery, head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Our year-end sales event is going on now at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville.
With over 60 new vehicles in stock on the ground, you can take delivery now.
Every new Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and all DeArmond certified used vehicles are tagged with one low sale price.
DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Welcome back to Southeast Polk High School here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Blake Walker, Hunter Phillips with you here this evening. Number one Waukee on top 37-25. Hunter, very good first half so far by Waukee. The Rams have hung around thanks to a couple three-pointers, but overall the Warriors have just looked very good all around.
Yeah, I mean, as advertised, that's what we've seen from Waukee. You knew that Omaha Blue was going to draw attention, had 15 points there in the opening half, and did some really good things defensively. I thought Mason Costello did a great job as being that distributor, that facilitator. He also knocked down a couple of threes. We mentioned balance. That's what we really saw from Waukee. And on the defensive end, I mean, they really held down the top two scorers for Southeast Polk, and Riley Edwards and Bodie Goodman, who I don't believe he scored there in that opening half, if not just a few points. So doing some good things on the defensive end, and then just the high-flying offense that has so many guys night in and night out who can get things going. It's been too much for Southeast Polk here through one half of play.
37-25 is your score. Waukee on top. A couple other score updates. Last time I checked, Waukee Northwest was up 14-10 over Valley. And that was really all I saw. That's a big game. Obviously, next Tuesday is the one everybody's going to be watching for, as number 1 Waukee travels to number 2 Waukee Northwest. Last year, when they first met, it was an unbelievable game the first time they met when they went to Waukee. But, you know, Waukee Northwest had Price Sanford, and everyone's like, all right, Waukee Northwest will be fine. Waukee made both games pretty close. And now you got 2 big stars, one on either side. Next Tuesday is going to be absolutely terrific.
Yeah, once teammates, so we'll be reuniting next week there for that inner Waukee rivalry there. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I heard that they stopped the ticket.
Yeah, tickets have been sold out.
Yeah, the tickets have all been sold out. So, again, that'll be a game that a lot of eyes will be on it, certainly, no doubt. For Waukee here tonight, they don't want to overlook this second half, no doubt. But, man, already week 2 into the season, there's just so many fun matchups to look forward to, including that one.
You'll be able to catch Tuesday night's game here on the Central Iowa Sports Network between Waukee and Waukee Northwest. We'll take another break, and we'll be back for your opening tip-off. It is Waukee and Southeast Polk leading 37-25. We'll be back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas at Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
Our year-end sales event is going on now at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville.
With over 60 new vehicles in stock on the ground, you can take delivery now.
Every new Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and all DeArmond certified used vehicles are tagged with one low sale price.
DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that "oh rats" moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today.
Welcome back to Southeast Polk High School here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Waukee leads Southeast Polk 37-25 at halftime, closing in on the end of the first half. Here in Southeast Polk, Blake Walker, Hunter Phillips with you here this evening. Hunter, what do you got for the second half? What do both teams need to do? Waukee obviously doing a lot right, but still some things they could clean up. What do you think you want to see changed from both these two teams going forward?
Well, I think beginning with Southeast Polk, I mean, they were faced against a matchup zone, kind of, not your traditional zone defense, but, they had some good looks from beyond the arc. So I think it's just continuing to play your style, and you got to be able to get Riley Edwards and Bodie Goodman looks, because if you're able to, those guys are going to be able to knock it down. They're going to have to really establish themselves here early in the second half, and I think for Waukee, it's just continuing to make the hustle plays, because that's what's going to suck the energy out of Southeast Polk here at home, is if you can just really come up with those critical plays there along the glass, battle for the loose balls, and then just, again, not only get number 0 involved, but just continue to find that balance, and they'll walk away with another win.
Blue up top. No, not going to go. They tried for a backdoor lob with Costello. And haven't really seen a ton of mistakes like that from Waukee. I don't think any time tonight they've really tried to get that fancy. Just kind of keep your head down and play basketball. The Rams have been not too bad beyond the three-point line. That's where they've gotten a lot of their points so far this evening. But like you said, Riley Edwards, who had 28 in the loss to Indianola the other night, has not really been off to a great start. There's a floating 2 that's not going to go. That's Jackson Barton, who was out for pretty much the last 6 minutes of that half due to having 3 fouls. Vance Pfeiffer down low and up for 2.
Some nice deception there from Littlefield. You think he's going for the layup there. I mean, he could have taken it, but he's just such an unselfish player. And Pfeiffer, the big man, getting the deuce.
A Ram on the floor. They'll go back to the far side to Connor Moberly. Cantrell up top. He's been guarded by Ballou most of the night. He's got a couple points beyond the three-point line. Edwards thought about going. They kick right back. Cantrell, long 3. No. They try to go downfield or down court to Littlefield, who picks it right back up off the out-of-bounds play. Ballou goes all the way and lays it up and in.
Well, breakdown there led to a little bit of an opening, and Southeast Polk with an initial really good defensive play, but couldn't keep it in bounds for themselves. Littlefield with the dish, and nice spin move by Ballou.
Another good pull-up jumper by Riley Edwards, the senior, trying to get his offense rolling here in the third quarter. 6 minutes to go, just getting going. Pfeiffer at the top of the key. He'll go to the corner to Costello. Mason's had a really good start in the first half so far.
I think a player that Waukee wants to get going is Cooper Randall, who, of course, will play at Truman State for Jeff Horner, who's really dug into the well here for his program down there in Missouri by getting some nice prep players. Costello nearly getting one there, but Waukee, they're just so tough. They're down low, but this time Southeast Polk able to work it enough to get a foul on the other end.
Pfeiffer called on the foul, almost had a good putback, couldn't quite get it to go. There was a big foul discrepancy there in that first half. Waukee, I think, had less than 5 fouls Southeast Polk had 9, so definitely something that Southeast Polk's going to want to do to draw more contact. But when you have Omaha down low, you don't really want to even go down to the paint anyway because you're afraid to get blocked.
Yeah, that's why your whole game plan really changes when you have to match up with him, both offensively and defensively.
Moberly guarded by Littlefield. He'll go down to the paint. Takes a tough one off the glass and puts it in. Lead is back to 12 for Waukee. Rams went on a couple small runs there in the first. Littlefield left wide open for 3. Misses it short off the front iron. Now the Rams want to push. Edwards coast to coast. Gets blocked by Pfeiffer. And put back up and in. Jackson Barton. Pfeiffer down low. Knocked away by Cantrell.
Well, Cantrell reading that pass really well there in the paint. We've already seen just the impact that Barton makes when he's out there on the court.
Cantrell stops and fires, puts up the jumper, and just like that, timeout Waukee. Here come the Southeast Polk Rams, and they're going to take a 30-second timeout. Hunter, what's changing here so far for the Rams?
Well, I think they've done a really good job on the glass, getting second chance opportunities, guards crashing in, and that's where it starts. And it also starts on defense. Nice play by Cantrell. He gets rewarded with an elbow jumper right there. And when this Southeast Polk team gets going offensively, again, they're a team that can really mix it in with the best of them here in the state. And so I think it really all started on defense, the hustle plays there in the low post, and they've been able to take advantage of it. So a good timeout here by Coach Kanaski just to get his guys to be able to regroup, to calm down a little bit. But this is exactly what Southeast Polk needed to get that student section all fired up here to open up play in the third.
Personally, I think Southeast Polk reminds me a lot of Waukee's team from last year. A couple of young guys thrown in there, a couple playmakers. They can hang with anybody on any given night. Randall. Up top to Ballou at the logo. He'll call a play. Randall for 3. No. Ripped away by Connor Moberly. The lead is 8 for Waukee. The Rams trying to get back into it. Cantrell for 3. No. Rebound snagged away. They'll go back up top to Tunks. He'll try a 3. And it rattles in. 5-point lead.
Love the play of Tunks, the confidence there. But again, it all starts with Barton getting that offensive rebound, kicking it out to an open man. These Rams are feeling it.
Pfeiffer on the block. He'll stop and pop for 2 and gets a nice one to kiss.
Well, a big bucket there for Waukee. They really needed that to stem the tide.
Breaks a little bit of a scoring drought. Edwards hands off to Cantrell. 3:20 to go here in the third quarter. Cantrell wide open for 3. Not going to get the open look to go. That was a big shot.
Set up nicely there by Edwards, and those are the looks you want to get.
Ballou stops and pops. No. Randall was wide open, and Cooper was kind of frustrated he didn't get the ball. Edwards, stop and fire. No. Pfeiffer on the boards. Costello, long for 3. Didn't get his 3 on the last possession, comes right back. Says, I'll do it myself. Lead is back to 10.
That's what the good players want. They want the ball in their hands no matter how they've struggled, how frustrating right there. Boy, just a big-time 3 well outside the key.
Tunks had to hand it off. Here's Moberly. Stops and fires and gets it to go. The Rams are hanging around. 2:15 to go here in the third.
4 points for Moberly here in the third quarter and creating a little bit off the dribble. Like to see that from the junior guard.
Ballou gets doubled. He's got to do something with it, and he gets it off the glass.
Well, he makes it look so easy. Just when you think he's going to lose his footing there, when it's firmly planted. He's a guy that, again, with his length, even when stuff breaks down, he can still kiss it off the glass for a nice bucket.
Moberly tries his luck from deep. No. Cade Littlefield on the rebound. Waukee has a couple numbers if they want it. Ballou fires a three. No. He has been off tonight from the three-point line. He somehow went to go save it, and now they got an advantage down the floor if they want it. Edwards all the way. Blocked back by Pfeiffer. That's out of bounds, and it will be Waukee ball.
Well, Pfeiffer had 4 blocks for Waukee in their win over Ankeny earlier in the week, and just tremendous work from him. There's he waited for that one, just nowhere to go with that one for Edwards.
A lot of playmakers on the floor for Waukee. Lead is 10, 1:20 to go here in the third. Keyshawn Moore, Rogers, Shipper in the ball game. Yazzie off the bench as well. Jamari Williams in for Southeast Polk, and a foul will be called down low. Let's see who they call this one on. Gonna get it on Sean Tunks, the sophomore. The fouls have been quiet this half. 2 fouls for Southeast Polk, just 1 for Waukee.
And nobody really in foul trouble either for both sides.
Yazzie tried to take a step and misses that one as Shipper was cutting back door. Miscommunication. Waukee hasn't really turned the ball over a ton tonight. That's definitely something Southeast Polk's going to want to figure out.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, that's been one area. I mean, Waukee, the bulk of their turnovers have come here in the third quarter. Otherwise, they've taken care of the ball.
Nice move by Edwards. Cannot get the reverse layup to go, and a foul will be called on Riley. Tried to fight the ball back away from Owen Shipper, and that will not work.
And just a frustration foul right there. Nearly made the highlight reel play there with the reverse layup, the finger roll.
.38 seconds to go. About 10 seconds separate the shot and game clock. That one knocked up and out. And who is that going to be? That's going to be Waukee, or Southeast Polk. Excuse me, Waukee basketball. Zeb Hines, who had his goggles on in the first half. He has since taken those goggles off. Rogers fades. No. Rebound taken away by Moberly. Shot clock is dead. We'll see if the Rams hold. The lead is just 10. It was 12 at the halftime break. Waukee put up 20 points in that second quarter. Edwards holds back 6 seconds. Takes a look at the shot clock. He'll go to the corner to a wide open Tunks. No. That will do it for the end of the third. We're headed to the fourth. The Rams are hanging around. We'll take a break and be back for a big fourth quarter. Don't go away. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors, and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Fourth quarter getting going here. Blake Walker, Hunter Phillips with you here at Southeast Polk High School. Waukee leads over Southeast Polk 48-38. Hunter, the Rams just really won't go away tonight.
No, they have really met the challenge, like I said earlier, head on, and it's been just effort plays from guys like Jackson Barton, Sean Tunks, And even Riley Edwards getting his team going. I know he hasn't been able to score like he'd like to, as well as Bodie Goodman and the play of Lincoln Cantrell as well. And so they've done the little things to keep in this one.
Moberly gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Okay. The whistle hasn't blown a ton here in this second half. That's just the third foul or second foul overall by Waukee. Only 5 so far. And Connor Moberly, fresh off a football title, will send himself to the line, and he misses his first.
And this is where you really got to make these trips count right here, because you really haven't been to the free throw line all that often here tonight. Have to be able to take advantage of it if you want to climb back in this one. Good 1-for-2 trip, though, there for Moberly, who really came out strongly there in the third quarter and looking to build off of that here in the fourth.
He gets it within 9. Costello to Littlefield. All 5 Waukee starters are on the floor. Long 3 by Randall. Rims out. Big opportunity here for the Rams. Trying to awaken this crowd. A little quiet here at the gymnasium. Jamari Williams going to work down low. He gets blocked by Vance Pfeiffer. Haven't really called Jamari's name a ton tonight. He's that big presence down low. Not that tall, but can really be physical inside. Ballou wants to go to work. He is triple teamed, and he can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound, though, and puts it up and in over the top of his head. Thought he might reverse it.
Well, and he very well could have, but how many times have we seen him when he attacks the glass like that, maybe not get the first shot to go? It's almost just like he has eyes in the back of his head, just knowing when that ball is going to come down and gets the putback.
Cantrell for 3. Timeout, Southeast Polk. Trying to get things back together. They're going to take a 30-second timeout and once again bring it back within 8. They got it within 5 just a couple minutes ago, but Hunter, they just can't seem to get that thing close.
Yeah, and so now I think it's a really good timeout here by Coach Jenkins, 5th season here at Southeast Polk. Needs to get a stop here, but this one-on-one battle right here between Ballou and Cantrell, can't tell you how many times Ballou's just been a hair late, and you cannot give Cantrell a hot shooter like that much room, because most of the time he's going to make you pay. And what a big night for him. 14 points on the night to lead the Rams up to this point in scoring. And so, yeah, I think it really just at this point for Southeast Polk, it's going to be on the defensive end. That's where they're going to have to win this battle here to try to trim it closer.
If I'm not mistaken, Southeast Polk, I don't think, has had a lead tonight. They tied it at 10-10. And then the Warriors went on a 7-0 run to end the first quarter, 17-10. So the Rams are not going away yet. Waukee trying to finish this thing off and move to 2-0 on the season. Rams looking for win number 1 on their 2022-23 campaign. Ballou steps and fires. His mid-range has not gone in tonight. I think all of his points have come down low. Cantrell steps back for 3. Whoa, Lincoln Cantrell, 5-point lead. Here come the Rams. Costello all the way. Beautiful kiss off the glass.
Costello was quiet there in the third. And again, you go back to the last quarter, when they needed a bucket, it was Pfeiffer. This time it was Costello. Their veteran playmakers have been able to silence the Rams when they've been on a bit of a run. But Southeast Polk's been playing well, but just as I say that, an illegal screen away from the ball. And that's been one thing that Southeast Polk's done well here in the second half. They haven't given the ball away. They haven't had those turnovers, and so cannot afford to do that here with just over 5 to play. But how about the confidence that we have seen from number 12 here tonight? My goodness.
Lights out from beyond the three-point line. And Bodie Goodman, who had 21 in that first game, just has not done much, so Cantrell able to step up here. The lead is 7 with 5:05 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Rogers is in. Shipper is in. Ballou goes far side to Owen Shipper. His three rolls out. Ballou on the glass. He'll spin and miss the dunk attempt. It'll be taken back by Shipper. Heads up play by the Warriors. Ballou turns around and tries again.
Omaha Ballou is not going to be denied. Man, a couple of chances there, got the dunk. But then it all started with really a good pass out there to the corner. And so those are the kind of plays that could just break a defense down.
Kanaski wants his team to move, and Costello goes all the way and gets fouled.
And that just breaks your spirit as a defense. I mean, you're doing everything you possibly can. There was the first try. The long rebound got kicked out. And Ballou says, I got it. Slams it home.
Sean Tunks with another foul. He has 4. Costello misses and hits front iron. So Tunks will check out, but has got a ton of minutes off the bench tonight, that's for sure.
I think if you're Coach Jenkins, you really have to be pleased with what you've seen out of guys like Cantrell and also with Tunks and Barton when he has been in the game, because those guys are going to be needed, you know, when you have an off night from someone like Bodie Goodman and Riley Edwards.
Cantrell tried to go backdoor. Waukee runs into each other. They're going to start running here. Rogers directs Ballou up front. You wouldn't think Waukee would want to rush too much here. Costello at the wing. Screen from Ballou. He'll go up. High off the glass. No, and a foul. No. Offensive foul. I think they're going to get this one on Vance. He pointed at Vance.
Coach Kanaski wanted an explanation there.
I didn't even see a number. So I'm not sure who the foul was on, but nonetheless, it's Rams basketball. They got it within 5. But every time they've gone on a run, Waukee has been able to respond. Almost at a snap of your finger. Moberly. Baseline. Wide open. 2-pointer off the glass is good. Jackson Barton. Best mustache in the floor, or on the floor right now. He's been on the bench a couple times. It was in a little bit of foul trouble there in the first half. Here's Ballou. He'll kick back outside to a wide open Vance Pfeiffer. No, Ballou on the glass and puts it back up and in with authority.
Just not fair, Blake. It really isn't. He had 3 guys around him. That led Pfeiffer wide open. And then again, anticipating the miss, the follow-through slam. But Southeast Polk, they're not going to go away quietly here tonight.
Yeah, Zeb Hins comes back the other way. 57-49, we're getting down to it. Under 3 to go. Ballou on a screen. Goes to the far corner to Rogers. And Jaden wants to back out. Ballou holds with 17 seconds to go on the shot clock. Pfeiffer to Costello. They go back down low. That one's almost knocked away. Costello hits Shipper in the corner. 3 seconds to go on the clock. Ballou off glass. No. Rebound taken away by Moberly. That was a really good defensive possession by Southeast Polk.
Boy, hard to guard them for the full 35. Here's a 3 that, boy, was on target but just left short. That would have been a huge make for the Rams to bring it even further into single digits.
Hins had the hot hand, couldn't get it to go. 2:04 remaining. And a timeout on the floor taken by Waukee. It'll be a full timeout. We'll catch a breather before we end this one out. 2:02 remaining. We'll be right back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. It is Waukee, number one Waukee, on top of Southeast Polk, 57-49. The Rams are not going away, and I really don't know. I was trying to think, what would I say to someone when they ask me how this game went tonight? I'll be like, I really don't know. It's just kind of been back and forth. I'm very impressed with Southeast Polk so far.
Yeah, I think you can't help but just be really impressed with how they've come into this one. A little bit of a salty taste in their mouth after one that really just got away from them, at Indianola. Again, a team that's not completely at full strength yet here to start off this season, but they've been gritty. They have made Waukee work for a majority of their possessions tonight. But the Warriors have had an answer whenever Southeast Polk has been able to bring it down to just a mere couple of possessions.
We're under 2 minutes to go. Costello for three, rims out, Ballou on the boards. He'll wait and dunk it down. The lead is back to 10. Omaha Blue continues to give the rim a little bit of pain tonight. Edwards to Moberly, who fires a long three from the corner, and it's good. Timeout, Southeast Polk. The Rams will not go away. How long are they going to call it? And I'm not sure. Did they say how long the timeout wanted to be? Take a 30. There's your 30. Well, we're not done yet. Omaha Blue, 27 points tonight for the senior. He had 22 in the win against Ankeny. So you could do the math on what he's averaging. Take a look at his dunk again. If he's down low, most of the time he's not going to lay it up and in.
He just has a knack for grabbing those offensive rebounds, and then as a defender, just hold on tight because you know what's about to come next. But the three-point shooting, I tell you, again, against this zone, the Rams aren't going away quietly. Really love the game from Connor Moberly tonight, not only as a facilitator. We know what he could do when he's got the pigskin in his hands as a quarterback. Has some nice assists tonight, but now up to 11 points. One of two Rams to be in double figures. So 7-point ball game, just over 90 seconds to play. A lot can happen.
Warriors get it in. Rogers doubled. Eventually gets it across the timeline. Up front to Ballou. Look out below. Or should I say, look out Ballou. 61-52. The Warriors starting to pull away. Edwards blocked from behind by Vance Pfeiffer.
That's now 3 blocks here in the second half for Pfeiffer, who I think has really played well, underrated so on the defensive end of the floor. But when you press Waukee, you better be able to pick it off right there, because if not, number 0 is coming right into your living room for that kind of slam.
I think I'll stick with that. Look out, Ballou. That one's over top, and Omaha rips it away. 1:06 to go. The Rams start to foul. Rogers up the floor, kicks back to Pfeiffer. And we have officially 1 minute to go. Costello all the way. He wanted to dunk it and decides to pull back out, and Randall will hold with 51 seconds to go.
You can tell that this team plays with so much confidence, Blake. It's so much fun to watch. And this is only the second game of the season. I mean, it's going to be really fun to watch this team evolve throughout this entire year. But, yeah, you coined officially right here, watch out Ballou. So you got to work out some kind of deal with that, I think. Copyright or I don't know. But, no, he's been fun to watch. But, as we expected. But Waukee, like good teams do, they know how to battle back when facing a little don't want to say adversity, but you knew that Southeast Polk was going to throw their best punches here tonight, and they're a team that I think is really going to make things difficult for any team they face here throughout the year.
Talked about it when we started. It reminds you of when you have such high flyers. Vance Pfeiffer can dunk it, Costello can dunk it, Omaha Blue. It's a Phi Slamma Jamma type offense.
It really is, and just got to really appreciate this kind of basketball when you see it. And I just go back to this Waukee team that won a few years ago, and how loaded that team was with Tucker DeVries, of course, the preseason player of the year in the Missouri Valley Conference, doing great things at Drake, and then the Sanford brothers who will both be playing at Iowa next year. But this is a Waukee team that's going to be making their own statement this year. And again, just only the second game of the young season. They're only going to get better and better.
I think a lot of people are wishing we could have seen this Waukee team versus last year's Ames team, or this year's Waukee team versus last year's Johnston team. But the Warriors and Northwest, pretty much Class 4A will be run by Waukee. It sure does look like this year. As that one layup's up and good. That one gotten back and put up and in by Southeast Polk, quickly by Lincoln Cantrell, and they're not going away yet. A little bit of sloppy basketball here. They'll take a full timeout. We'll take one with them as we close in on the end of this one. Southeast Polk leads, Waukee leads 63-56.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors, and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Waukee on top of Southeast Polk 63-56. This game has pretty much been a 10-point game throughout, I'd say, honestly. They'll get it within a couple. Southeast Polk, I think, got it within 5. It's pretty much the closest they've been ever since they were tied 10-10 at the end or near the end of the first quarter when the Warriors went on a 7-0 run. But it's not over yet. I always go back to when you and I blew the tournament lead against Texas A&M in the NCAA tournament in like 30 seconds. They lost by 13 points or something like that. Anything can happen in basketball.
Boy, you're just tearing the hearts of you and I Panthers fans here on the
I'm so sorry
on the broadcast. But no, it can certainly happen. But for Waukee, I mean, you're right. They really haven't been able to build that separation, and that's just again a credit to Southeast Polk and just well-coached team with Coach Jenkins now really firmly into his role here. Littlefield's a guy who, in these kind of moments, you love to have him out there, just really being that stoic presence. But Southeast Polk, really, you got to walk away just really impressed with how they've just continued to fight from the start till the very end, and still time to go.
These two teams will meet again on January 10th in Waukee. Waukee will head on the road tomorrow to Linn-Mar. So a nice trek over to eastern Iowa to take on Linn-Mar on the road. No road game is easy. Moberly for 3, no. And another foul. Waukee will move to 2-0 on the season. Southeast Polk will fall to 0-2 to start their regular season. But a lot of promise by the Rams for sure. Lincoln Cantrell had a great night tonight. Connor Moberly, Riley Edwards, very talented roster. That one's off front iron. The lead is 9. Littlefield will foul. I guess they have fouls to give, but when you're up by 9, I guess I just don't see that a ton. So Waukee will get one more game, and then we get ready for next Tuesday in what should be one of the best games of the year, as expected, between Waukee and Waukee Northwest. Cantrell thought about shooting. Edwards fires a long 3. That will not go. Ball knocked away, and with 0.4 seconds, it'll be out. Southeast Polk will take on Ankeny next week, next Tuesday, and then they face Waukee Northwest. So not an easy schedule for Southeast Polk to start their season. The Rams will throw in, and this one's over. The Waukee Warriors get business done on the road and take down Southeast Polk 65-56 is your final score. Waukee moves to 1-0 or 2-0 on the season. Southeast Polk will fall to 0-2. Hunter, final thoughts on this one as we sort of wrap this up here.
Well, we knew that Waukee was going to come in with just a number of guys who can get things going. Omaha Blue, just tremendous stuff. so many dunks, and a lot of them came on the offensive glass and then able to throw it back down. Didn't get his outside shot working at all, but it didn't deter him at all. He is just such a force there, and the role play of guys from like Costello, thought he played really well for the most part. Cooper Randall had a nice third quarter altogether. Vance Pfeiffer doing some really good things on the defensive end. And then, for Southeast Polk, I know the final score isn't what they wanted to be. 0-2 start to the season, but this team has some really good pieces to it, and I think once they really start to put it all together, they're a team that can compete with really anyone in the CIML.
Omaha Blue leads all scorers. He finishes with 29 points. That is a season high for him. And Lincoln Cantrell finishes with 19 points. That leads Southeast Polk. That will do it for us here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Blake Walker, Hunter Phillips, thanks for tuning in tonight. Southeast Polk wins the first game, the girls' game, and the Waukee wins the boys' game 65-56 is your final score. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.